Hello guys, just going to do a quick audio test, make sure the volume's all good. Hello guys, we are here in the lovely Ho Chi Minh City here in Vietnam. I've got some nice scenery for this place actually, it's not bad. We're still waiting for GSX to load in. I did an update on it last night, so we just need to wait for that to finish. We've got no ATC down here sadly, despite the event. We've got another plane on the ground here actually heading TGW, there you go, Fly Scoot, okay, Scooter. They're a budget carrier out here in Vietnam. Well, just Asia really, like this area of Asia. But yeah, I did check out last night. Obviously, we had the issue with Gatwick scenery. It turned out I did not have the other Gatwick scenery installed. But while updating GSX, it did say my sim object display engine SOD. I'm not sure whether that affects scenery, but that was out of date. I've updated that now, along with GSX. The weather down here in Ho Chi Minh is not the nicest right now. It is quite showery, but never mind. We're due off in around about half hour. They would like us, as part of Singapore Real Ops, to be in Singapore within half hour of our arrival time, which is 10:30 at Singapore. So pushback time is 8:30 GMT here in Ho Chi Minh, so we'll try our best to stick to that. You can see it's in about half hour, so we will try our best to stick to it. Hopefully we're not too early. We'll be a little bit early jetting off, because normally I always plan for half hour to leave just in case something goes wrong, because if it goes wrong it will take us half hour, but if it all goes to plan it should take 20 to 25, so that's that. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get our load all sorted before we do anything and get GSX underway then. So today we are planning 170 packs, so we are very full, and a fuel load of 7.9 on the fuel we're expecting. And I'll have a look down here quickly. Cargo. So we're looking for a takeoff weight. Remember, this thing doesn't display zero fuel weight, it displays takeoff weight. We're looking for 69.2, so we need to add 3.3 roughly. No, 6.3 is it? I don't know, it might be more. 69.2, yeah, 69.18, so we'll add 6.32. There we go, 69.2. Go ahead and execute that, that's all in there now. And this can just go on to the doors page for when we start the loading just now, really. So shame we've got no ATC online here in Ho Chi Minh. I was hoping maybe because of the nearby event they might jump on, because there are quite a few flights on this route daily, so there's quite a few operating this flight today as part of the event in both directions. At the moment, the first lot of ATC we'll see is Singapore Centre. They're online. There's a lot of planes heading for Singapore. It's absolutely nuts. but that's because there are, I believe, last time I checked, 79 planes due to arrive this morning, according to Singapore Realop's booking page. I'll have a little check now. 94. Oh my word, 94 out of 95 arrivals have been booked. Wow. So yeah, 94 have been booked. In terms of departures, all of them have been booked. 80 out of 80. So we are expecting 100 plus planes in and out of Singapore this morning. It's quite a long event. It starts now, literally now, at 8 o'clock Zulu, and it finishes, I believe, at about 12, between 12 and 1 Zulu, I think. Somewhere around there. But anyway, let's go ahead and get GSX started. Enough talking. Request boarding. What is this thing? This thing, it thinks we have 207 passengers. No, 170. We'll let that load in. Obviously, the last time we went here, it was in the Metro Air 787. So, I guess we've already operated the jetway. Don't worry. All the doors come already open on. Look, they've got a little shelter up on there. That looks quite new. I don't know what the new updates to GSX were, but it was quite a large one. It did do a number of steps on the installer. Right. Right, so we're going from VVTS down to WSSS. There we go. Flight number today is Jetstar Asia 558, so JSA. That's our call sign, Jetstar Asia 558. Cost index, we're looking for 30 today. And we're going to be cruising at flight level 360 and then going down to 350 at the end. I have a feeling it's probably because it's maybe an odd numbered. I haven't looked actually, let's have a look now. Literally the last one. Now the maximum and minimum altitudes appear to be on even, so I don't know, we'll wait and see what we get from ATC, I guess. If they allow us to stay up at 360, I will, but who knows. Anyway, let's go now to VVTS. We're running off 07 right today, I believe. That's what the lanes are looking like. 07 right or left. Doesn't really matter, I guess, does it? I mean, 07 right is closer to the terminal, and that's what we're planning already. So we'll use 7 right. We're going to be taking the LAV 2 Bravo. There we go, the LAV. Oh, it's quite laggy, this page, because there's a lot of SIDs. Apparently there's about 100 departure charts. 100 individual departures out of this place. Right, the LAV 2 Bravo. Seriously, this page is lagging like mad. There we go, the LAV 2 Bravo. Execute that. Yeah, that was extremely laggy. And then from there, we are taking the suggested route, although it was the one that was suggested by SimBrief anyway. We're jumping on our 643 to CN. I don't know why it's only a 2-lettered waypoint. That's unusual. Very unusual. Maybe it's a bit more normal around this part of the world, but I'm not used to that. On to our 642. And we're taking that to ESPOB. ESPOB. And we're then jumping on to Q. 801. Where's Q? Can't find it. Q. There we go. Q. 801. Hello. To ESBUM.
Thank you.
There we go. On to Q802. Where are you? Q. Where are you?
Good morning.
I can't find it. Q802. I'm not very good at the keypad on this thing. To Alalo. Because this thing doesn't have. It does have keyboard type recognition, but unfortunately it appears to break the nav database when you do that for some reason, at least from my experience, so I won't be doing that. And then today, so normally, I don't know, if we was going to have a transition, we'd have to take an RNAV approach, but according to Singapore's ATIS, we're going to expect an ILS 20 centre, so they obviously don't mind about transitions. It's going to be an ILS 20 centre on the Alal 1 Bravo. And no transition, no. Go and execute that. A bit of a short flight today. Just how it is, I guess. And execute that. And get rid of the discount. There we go, that's the whole route plugged in. Very simple route, really. We're going to be using flaps 1 for takeoff. Transition altitude is 18,000 here, it is correct. And we'll get the weather plugged in for Singapore as well. Current winds are 200 at 7 knots. Transition altitude down there I don't actually know yet. It's 1008 the QNH and the temperature is 26 degrees.
Morning. Thank you.
And the Barrow, again, I'll tune that later along with the transition altitude when I know it. Transition altitude here is 18,000. We already know that. It's already plugged in. We'll quickly get the barometric pressure put in as well for here. QNH currently is 1001. There we go. Oh, hang on a minute. Ho Chi Minh Centre literally just came online. Okay. We will request clearance from them. We're not due off for another 20 minutes yet,
Hey,
so
how are you? I'm doing
interesting. Maybe we are a little early, but who knows? We'll wait and see how long it takes us, I guess, to set everything up. We're still boarding and things.
Okay.
I'll request clearance from them then. 132.35. 132.35, and then I will pre-tune 1338, which is Singapore. 1338. There we go. Perfect. And yeah, we'll go ahead and request clearance. I don't think is the centre up and running yet. They've only been online literally a minute, so I'll probably wait a bit to request clearance. They might not be ready. We'll go ahead and get the fuel pumps turned on. We won't bother firing up the APU yet. We've still got a little bit of time for that. We may as well set auto brakes max. As you can see, they're still, you know, they're not really finished with the boarding yet. Actually, they are almost finished with the boarding. Just the cargo we're waiting on now. So I can shut the back door.
Portuguese radar scooter 307 radio check.
Scooter 307 trim control, radio loud and clear.
Ho Chi Minh Centre, Dynasty 757 with you at 350.
Dynasty 757, Ho Chi Minh Control, set score 5643.
5643, Dynasty 757.
Hello, Ho Chi Minh Centre. This is Jetstar Asia 558 requesting clearance to Singapore. We're in Ho Chi Minh.
Jetstar 558, you are clear to Singapore, Letter 2 Delta departure, runway 25 left, climb maintain 10,000, score 5654.
Right, cleared to Singapore on the Lather 2 Delta, runway 25 left, initial climb 10,000 feet, squawk 5654 for Jetstar Asia 558.
Jetstar 558, readbacks correct?
Okay, right, initial climb then, 10,000, get that plugged in. Despite the winds, we have been given a runway 25 left
Scooter
departure.
307, have your clearance advisory copy.
Go ahead, scooter 307.
And
Scooter
we are
307, you're clear to Singapore, Letter 2 Bravo departure, runway 07 left, climb maintain 10,000, score 5607.
Lather 2
Clear to Singapore
Delta.
via the letter 2 Bravo departure, runway 07, climb maintain flight level 10,000, squawking 5607, scooter 307.
Jetstar 307, readback is correct, continue taxi Whiskey 11, hold short runway 07 right.
Wait, did he say 07 right?
C Whiskey 1, hold short runway 07, scooter 307.
This is Jetstar Asia 558. Can you just confirm what SID we're using today?
Jetstar 558, you can expect the Letter 2 Delta departure, Lima Alpha Tango Hotel 2 Delta.
Lather 2 Delta for Jetstar Asia 558. Yeah, so it is the 2 Delta. Hang on a minute, he gave the Scoot Air 07. He's given me 25 left. What's going on there? We're on the same... Oh, hang on a minute. Hasn't the Scoot Air already started its taxi? That might be what it is. I think the Scoot Air's already started its taxi. Yeah, that's why. Okay, that's slightly odd. Never mind. Fine then. GSX is actually already finished, so we are a little bit early. I don't want to depart too early to mess up the event, obviously. So just make sure this can go to the loading fuel page.
Cabin is secure. All
Okay, so
passengers are
runway
on board.
25 left. I'll get the new chart up for that then. I'm guessing it must be because he's already started his taxi, so you wouldn't want him to change runways at that point. Right, we're going to be taking the Lava 2 Delta now then. Where is the chart for that? I can't see it. Lava, here we go. Lava 2 Delta. Yeah, initial climb is going to be 10,000. Just need to check the restrictions here. We need to be below 9,000, below 11,000, below 14,000. Yes? Yes. All fine. It'll be a climb out of the runway to TS616, left turn heading 172, and then we jump on the path out of Ho Chi Minh to Lava, and then from there we head to Nix Up and onto our route. So that should be all good. While we've got a bit of time, may as well just do the charts for Singapore as well, as we are a little bit early. So we'll be using, we're planning at the moment the Alalo 1 Bravo.
Ho Chi Minh Control, Scooter 301 flying at,
And
cruising at flight level 340 with yourself.
what on earth?
Scooter 301, Richmond Control, reach you 5x5 and set squawk 5650.
Squawk 5650, Scooter 301.
Transition
Scooter
level
307,
is
cross runway 07
130.
right, line up and wait runway 07 left.
Transition altitude 13,000.
Crossing
Down
runway
there.
07 right,
That's
now
plugged in.
07 left, Scooter 307.
Perfect. Okay, everything is
Ho
all
Chi
ready
Minh
now.
Control, Singapore 631, good day.
Loud.
Singapore 631, Ho Chi Minh Control, set squawk 5644.
Squawk 5644, Singapore 631.
Now, unfortunately, Ho Chi Minh doesn't actually support moving maps. It doesn't appear.
Control good day, Qatar is 735 flight level 380
Oh, there we go. This one does. I was looking at the wrong chart. Right. There's two
7,
airport
3, 5,
charts.
Ho Chi Minh Control, set squawk 5615.
Right, excellent. We
Squawk
can go ahead and make
5615,
sure this is up here.
735.
Oh, I didn't fire up the APU. That's my own bad.
Control Singapore
I should have done that. Right, we'll wait for the hope for this to fire up and then we'll request
Singapore
pushback.
863, Ho Chi Minh Control, set squawk 5613.
5613 Singapore 863.
Right, we'll just let the APU fire up now.
Ho Chi Minh
1 radar
Controls,
contact, welcome aboard.
can you please repeat the squawk for Scooter 301?
Scooter 301, squawk 5650.
Squawk 5650, Scooter 301.
There you go. Jet, we can go back. We'll just start the APU. Once the
Qatar
APU
735,
is
radar
started, we'll
contact, welcome
request
aboard.
pushback. And we're
Singapore
expecting 25
863,
left.
welcome. Radar contact, welcome aboard.
Thanks, Singapore 863.
And after this, we'll go over to Singapore Centre.
Control Scooter
Then it'll be
307, short runway
Changi
7
approach
left.
124.050. So again, we're gonna have some full ATC today.
Asian 3855, Jimmy Control, set squawk
And after this,
5622.
we'll go over to Singapore Centre.
Control Scooter
Then perfect. My voice is just all good. I'm just checking. Yeah. So it should all be good.
Crap, calling earlier, say again.
Scooter 307, holding short runway 07 left.
Right, I
Scooter
think APU's on.
307, wind 140 degrees, 15 knots, runway 25
Italy
left.
bleed off.
Progression runway 07
External
left,
power
lift
off.
takeoff.
Clear for takeoff runway 07 left, Scooter 307.
Scooter 301, radar contact, welcome aboard.
Big wheel chocks can
Radar
go.
contact, Scooter 301.
And everything is all ready for departure, yes. Just want to do a final check
Asian
through. Make
3855,
sure
radar contact, welcome aboard.
pitch trim is set. There we go. Make sure, flex is going to be 67 degrees today. Runway 25 left. V2 is going to be 140. No speed restrictions on departure, so flaps 1 should be absolutely fine. We've been given an initial climb of flight level of 10,000 feet. So I know what we're doing now, so we'll go ahead and request pushback. Hello, this is Jetstar Asia 558 requesting push and start.
Jetstar 558, pushback stars approved facing north, Ho Chi Minh QNH 1001.
Push and start approved facing north QNH 1001 for Jetstar Asia 558. Okay, so we've been approved. We're going to be pushed back right, which will then push us facing north. We are about for 14 minutes early. It's not too bad, but we may be in Singapore a little early. Hopefully our gate will be available. Again, they have actually assigned us special gates here. We're using Charlie 17 down in Singapore. Hopefully by the time that GSX actually pushes
301,
back a bit
contact
later.
Singapore Control 133.8, see ya.
Locking gear.
We have actually got an ATIS down here as well. I will just check. Departure runway 25 left. Yeah. So they did swap the runways around. Just check the weather finally. Weather's all good. They seem to update hourly maybe. Right, we'll be pushing back right.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Right, beacon light can come on now, pushing back. Strobe light can go into the auto position. Right. And, oh, we need to set my squawk code.
Scooter 307, radar contact. Climb maintain. Bravo 380.
Climb maintain flight level 380, Scooter 307.
I think I've just set my squawk code 5654. I totally forgot when to do that as we were pushing back, but there we go. Yeah, just check.
Dynasty 757, contact Singapore Control 133.8, see ya.
1338, Dynasty 757, thank you.
And we'll start engine number 1 as well. We're using the IAE engines here. I don't often use them when we fly this plane. Normally, most liveries tend to have the CFN, but there we go. It's a lovely livery, this, actually, Jetstar. Although our call sign is Jetstar Asia, the controller appears to just use Jetstar, so I might just use Jetstar in future. If that's, I don't know, the email I got from Singapore Real Op says my call sign is Jetstar Asia, so that's what, I mean, I would have thought they'd be right, but who knows. Right, engine 1 is almost finished firing up. Engine 2 has finished firing up. Perfect. We are successfully pushing ourselves back here out of Ho Chi Minh. Yeah, we'll be facing north once they push us back fully right. It's quite a long push back because it's quite a long push from the gate. In the end, we're about 10 minutes early, I reckon, by the time we start our taxi. So, not bad, really. It's about an hour and 32-minute flight. And the time we're given for landing is at the gate. Be at the gate by then, I think. Or at least that's what it made it seem like. I don't know. I'm just going off the recommended pushback time, so, you know. So what's the time they're giving? It doesn't really say, actually. Who knows? But there we go, yeah. Just pushing back now pretty nicely. Making sure all the engines are fired up. They are, so this can go into the normal position and we can get our taxi light on. The APU can come off as well. And there we go. That is everything all turned on up there. Do we need any extra lights because it's raining? I think we're okay. Engines are looking pretty good. Now remember, these set of engines, they have to go initial power first. You can't just go toga straight away with these things. They're a bit old. However, we have actually got a 12,500 foot runway.
Set parking brakes.
So I'm thinking we're just going to use flex anyway. Engines started good. So we're not going to bother with a full power takeoff, basically. There's no point. Everything's all set up, seatbelts, no smoking. We'll just go ahead and get the ground spoilers armed as well. Auto brake max, so let's go ahead and get flaps 1 set for departure as well. And we'll just do a quick takeoff check. There we go. Everything is all fine.
Region 784, you're on the wrong frequency. Try and go back to your previous frequency and ask for a new one.
Right, just waiting on them to...
Unlocking gear.
There you go, so we need to head straight ahead. It'll probably be on November Sierra, then down Echo.
Tow truck disconnect. Bypass.
No, it's down Whiskey, I think, yeah. It's a bit of an odd taxiway layout, this one. It's not totally clear, but there we go. And as you can see, look, we're 9 minutes early now, so we're not bad, really, looking at it. It's a little bit early, but not too bad. We'll wait on GSX. I'll get the other airport chart up, just so I can see what I'm actually doing. Like, in terms of...
Left is clear. Right is
the
clear.
actual taxiways. Oh, my word, that's no help either. That's just a load of, like, pink boxes and things. Okay, the charts
Square
aren't most helpful.
307, clear direct. Next up.
Direct to this for Square 307.
Right, have a good trip from GSX. We'll go ahead and request taxi. Just check everything up here. Lights are set into the taxi position. Beacon lights on. Strobe lights auto. Make sure the APU's turned off and all the takeoff config is good. Okay.
Cargo King 287, Ho Chi Minh Control, says squawk 5626.
Hello, Ho Chi Minh Centre. This is Jetstar Asia 558 requesting taxi.
Jetstar Asia 558, runway 25 left, taxi via November Sierra Echo 6.
Runway 25 left via November Sierra and Echo 6 for Jetstar Asia 558.
Cargo King 287, rare contact, welcome aboard.
These engines are quite quiet actually, compared to some of the others I've used. I don't tend to use the IAE engines, as I said. It's very, very rainy here. Sadly, we've got no rain effects on the windscreen, but never mind. So straight ahead here on November Sierra, and then we're heading down Echo 6.
All stations. Information, Bravo's current at Dosina Airport, wind 220 degrees 16 knots, gusting 29, QNH 1012, correction, 1002.
There you go. So the QNH has changed here, so we'll just change that to make sure we're running on the correct QNH. There we go. And the winds are 220, so perfect for runway 25. They have changed. I believe this is Echo up here, and then we just head down Echo 6 apparently. Yeah, this is Echo 6 here. And then we just head down that to the end of the runway, which is where Echo 6 is. So yeah, not bad. We're taxiing just down the runway, a little bit early possibly, but never mind. I don't know how people are actually going to stick to this whole you have to be on time thing. Maybe not. Who knows. Anyway, we're going to turn right here on Echo 6 and head all the way down. And all the way down Echo 6, right to the end of the runway, which is Echo 6. It's a bit of an old taxiway layout. You've got a bunch of like different echoes all in the same place, if you see what I mean. So you've got like Echo 2 over there. The scenery appears to be in the correct place though, which is quite nice. Not too bad at all, that. And we'll make sure the TCAS is set to above as well. We'll know when the plane's set up correctly, because there's like a little announcement. We've actually got two Singapore centres now. You've got Singapore North and Singapore online. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know who we're going to get first after we get handed off from Ho Chi Minh. Right, we're taxiing up to Echo 6 here. We're just waiting for a little bit. There's Echo 4, look. Echo 6 means going full length, which we will do. I believe there's a few random little stands out here. It's quite a nice little airport arrangement there. It's a nice scenery actually. I mean, because obviously when we flew in here last time, I didn't have this scenery. I had the default scenery, and this scenery is pretty nice, gotta say. Right, taxiing down Echo 6. I can go over to my SID chart now because I can see everything else from here without using a chart. It's just straight up to the runway basically, isn't it? We'll probably need to tell ATC that we're ready. Right, are the runway turn-offs meant to turn on as well? Yes, that's where the... You know you've set up the plane correctly because that announcement starts. Right, perfect. We are just taxiing up now. Yes. Sounds all good. Right, let's go ahead and request clearance for takeoff once we're parked. because you probably won't see that we're waiting for takeoff, because obviously it's a centre controller, so it's got a lot of other things to keep his mind on. Obviously, it's actually quite a quiet centre frequency, so it's not too bad. But yeah, here we go, we're holding short, runway 25 left. I'll go ahead and tell ATC that in a moment. We're due off at 8:30, look, so we're a little bit early pushing back, a little bit early departing, but overall not too bad. Right, before we depart, let's check our weather radar. They go, weather radar can turn on, make sure, there you go, look, it's working. It's in test mode, isn't it? Why does it do this? I'm positive it's in like a test mode. That's a test, look. Because it's doing green, yellow, red, like it does in a test. Right, is it actually going to work, or is it just going to say that all the weather's bad? Okay, I think it is actually working. I think the weather is that bad. It doesn't look it, I'll be honest. Hello, Jetstar Asia 558, holding short, runway 25 left.
Jetstar 558, wind 220 degrees, 16 knots, gusting 29 knots. Wind shear reported at the end of runway 25 left. Runway 25 left, clear for takeoff.
Runway 25 left, clear for takeoff, and copy the wind shear for Jetstar 558. Okay, it appears like weather radar's correct. We might have a wind shear on our way out, so we'll have to watch that. So wind shear is a sudden change of direction of the wind, and it can cause some issues. Particularly on landing, it's a bigger problem. Takeoff slightly less, but we are going to have to watch it. Obviously, I will report to the controller if the wind shear is still there. We'll have to watch, but as you can see, look, very red, so we'll have to watch that. But anyway, initial power is set. It's not a very nice day here in Ho Chi Minh, I have to be honest. And flex set. Away we go. Have to watch that. Right, clock can turn on. And yeah, maybe we should have been using 07 then if there's a wind shear, but who knows, I guess. And the winds are gusting 29 knots as well, which is, again, extra nice. Honestly, the weather here is not great today. Luckily, it's bang on with the weather, with the runway direction, so we won't be blown all over the place, but I will be watching. Right, there's 100 knots. Obviously, this thing does, it does take off pretty slowly in flex mode, especially considering it's flex 67. It's a very, very, because it's a very long runway, that's why. There's V1, and rotate.
Vietnam 543, go ahead.
There you go. Positive rate, gear up.
Vietnam 543, clearance on request, standby.
Right, we're in the air then. It's a little bit bumpy, as it said. We're struggling to maintain airspeed. Let's go Toga. We're struggling to really gain speed here. It's very bumpy. The plane is being chucked around a fair amount, gotta say. Haven't had any alerts of a wind shear from the plane.
Jetstar 558, rail contact, climb maintain flight level 360.
Climb maintain flight level 360 for Jetstar 558.
Vietnam 543, got your clearance, advisory copy.
Right, go autopilot 360 now. This thing is struggling to gain airspeed a little bit.
Cleared to Senior, Bullet 1 Bravo departure,
I don't know
runway
why, but
27,
it is.
climb maintain 10,000, squawk 5667.
Yeah, the weather here is really not the nicest, have to be honest. I think we can get rid of restrictions now, as it did not say climb via SID. We're really getting chucked around in here. This is not nice.
Vietnam 543, that is correct. Advise me again when you're airborne. Frequency change approved.
Look at this. Look at our airspeed. It's going all over the place. Oh, it's going to toga lock mode. Why? It just went into toga lock mode. Yeah, this weather's a little bit horrible. Hello in the chat. What's that sound?
4877 Human Control says squawk 5672.
Whoa, we are struggling to gain speed. I don't know what that sound is. This weather is horrible. I have to be honest, it's not nice. Oh dear. Our airspeed is going a little bit insane. Hopefully when we turn left here, it will be a little bit better for us. We are struggling here to climb in this weather.
4877 radar contact.
Wait. Yeah, it's not a comfortable ride for the passengers back there. I don't think. Anyway, we'll keep it in toga mode, even though it is telling us to slow down for climb. I don't want to. We can disarm the ground spoilers now. We'll go ahead and turn off all the takeoff lights if I can get my mouse over them because we're bouncing around so much. Whoa, this weather is not nice. Right, we've climbed out the clouds a bit now. I'm still going to keep it in toga because we're struggling to gain speed here. This weather is unbelievable. I did not know it was this bad. I don't know what that little whistling sound was. I don't know whether that's like a wind shear alert. I mean, when it comes to wind shear alerts, the plane tends to say wind shear. Because I have watched videos of it happening in like other flight sims, like real life.
4877.
Ones they have at airlines.
Roger, report when you're back.
But yeah. Interesting. Whee! This is not the nicest of weather. Look at that from the outside. Our plane's just like trying to pitch up and climb, and
751 radio check.
This weather is so horrible.
751 human control reach you 555.
Hopefully we can just climb out of this. In fact, why is our plane climbing at 8,000 feet per minute? It just hit 8,000 feet per minute there, and that wasn't good. We are struggling for speed a little bit. Right, please can this weather go away? Here you go, look, as we're climbing, you can see now it is starting to go yellow and green. Obviously, normally we would try and vector ourselves away from this. Rip. Plane. This weather's getting horrible. We're actually losing airspeed now. Well, I'll give it some flaps maybe, that'll help it. This plane is not doing good with this weather. But I'll take out the autopilot and just relax the plane and let it gain some airspeed. Oh wow, and this weather's horrible. This weather is really horrible. Hopefully, look, there's the end of the weather in about 7.5 miles. So if we can just maybe, wait, I'm actually pitching fully down the yoke now, believe it or not. And it's still going up like mad. Right, there we go. I think we've made it to the end of the most craziness. There we go. Flaps can come back now. I think we've made it to the end of that weather. Right, it is in toga lock mode. So I will just make sure it's out of that. There we go. And thrust climb mode. And there we go, guys. That is us safely in the air. The weather has now cleared above 10,000 feet. It's still raining up here at 10,000 feet. That's nuts. Right. Right, I don't know why this thing is trying to climb to 440 knots. Does anyone want to explain that? It's trying to climb to 440 knots. Who knows why? Hopefully when we pass this limit thing, that will go away. When we pass this little thing and it will reset our thrust. I think it's trying to just go up to full power. Now we are above 10,000 pretty much, so it's okay. And we have apparently got some more bad weather on the way. Maybe that's why this thing... Actually, yeah, what is this thing doing? Why is it trying to go up to 440 knots?
Ho Chi Minh Center Vietnam 543 Bun Mê. Request runway change for departure to 09 because I see thunderstorm cloud at the west of the
I don't know what's going on with the throttle here.
Yeah,
it's been quite odd.
Roger. We can expect the Balloon 1 Alpha departure, runway 09.
Right, I'll take manual control of the speed in speed mode, and it can climb from here.
Balloon 1 Alpha.
I don't know what's going on with our speed, it's totally broken. But there we go, I'm going to take manual control, we'll do 320 knots on the climb, and it should just manage it itself. Apparently we're still in red weather, but I don't think so. Right, I think when we get handed... When we pass out of this SID, I'm definitely going to say to ATC that this weather out of Ho Chi Minh is horrid. Like, really bad. I'm glad we weren't landing. Right, now we're on a steady climb, finally. I'm not going to bother turning off seatbelt signs until we're fully above the clouds. You know, I don't want to shake up the passengers any more than they probably already are. So... yeah, wow, that was not the best of weather, I have to be honest. That's not good weather. Why is this telling us to change our Q&A? The transition level's 18,000 plane. So we'll just, I don't know, we'll just ignore that it's flashing at us. Wow. Hello? Person in the chat, hi. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, this weather's not the best. That's for certain. This weather's horrible. Well, hopefully, by the looks of it, this weather is
King 287
calming.
requesting 10 minutes away.
It looks like the plane's actually taking its own control now.
27, Roger.
Speed.
Report when you're back.
Okay, yeah, the plane's taking its own control of
King
speed
27
now.
Wilco, thanks.
Hi, this is Jetstar Asia 558. We just want to report there's actually very bad weather out of Ho Chi Minh, very turbulent.
Jetstar 558, Roger. Do you need a diversion from your course?
We're all fine right now. It was back there, but no, we don't need a diversion now for Jetstar 558.
Alright, Jetstar 558, Roger. Thanks for the weather report.
Okay. Yeah, the weather is absolutely terrible. Just thought I'd report to ATC because I don't want other planes flying into that. Right, there's 18,000. We can go standard pressure now. Wow. Right, I think now we are safe. Well, that's probably going to be the most nuts weather I've ever experienced in a flight sim ever. I mean, the plane was literally falling out of the sky at one point, so there we go. I feel sorry for the passengers, but there we go. That's how it is. Sorry for the weather. Getting a little more turbulence now. There you go. Round 2 this is now as we go into the next lot of clouds. You can see, luckily, only green and yellow weather, so it's not terrible. I will keep an eye on our weather. Hopefully we can climb above this. It's only yellow. If it's red, we will have to try and get a diversion around it if we can. But by the looks of it, as we climb, it's starting to get a lot better, the weather, which obviously, you know, doesn't normally happen. But I'll probably wait till cruise altitude to turn off the seatbelt signs. I don't want to put people in the back of the plane through that whilst trying to stand up and serve drinks and all the rest of it.
Center Vietnam 543 airborne busing 3000.
Yeah, that weather is pretty mad.
543, radar contact, climb maintain from 240.
Flight 4240 Vietnam 543.
Yeah, that weather was bad, so hopefully, I don't know, hopefully not too many planes are taking off out of Ho Chi Minh this morning. There is a Singapore Airlines currently on the ground there, a 777. No, 777 will manage this a little bit better than I did. Obviously, no, 777 is a little bit of a different aircraft in that sense. Like it's bigger, obviously, so it can cope with weather a little bit more. Hopefully, the weather down in Singapore, I believe the weather. Yeah, in fact, the weather report for Ho Chi Minh just updated, and there are thunderstorms reported. So there is, and it is now raining in Singapore. I think I'm a bit worried. I think the weather in Ho Chi Minh is starting to brush towards Singapore, but this being a plane, it can outrun weather, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue for us. Right, I do want to turn off the seatbelts, but that yellow weather ahead is really saying otherwise, so I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for it. I don't want to bother messing people up. I don't want them to get up and then just be flung around. There's 170 people back there, so we're very full. Okay, passing 25,000 feet now. I think the weather is starting to clear. However, that green weather on the radar in about 20 miles time is a little bit, so I think I will leave it. I'd rather leave them off than anything. I honestly thought we could have crashed then. Oh dear, that wasn't good. It was close, but you know, luckily when it started stalling, we just took control of it, and that seemed to help. But the weather's not good. We're doing a very slow climb at the moment. That's how the Airbus does it, I guess. Above about flight level 250, just suddenly starts crawling like a snail. Now it is going green now. I think this is the typical Airbus weather radar thing now, where it'll say there's bad weather, and there isn't. That generally happens when it's green. If it's yellow or red, however, particularly red, it doesn't tend to give up on it quite so soon. But yeah, I'm glad we have the weather radar working then. Yeah, there was no wind shear alert, but we did get a stall alert because of the crazy weather that was going on. But we're okay now. We're all right. We're safe. Keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully it's not so manic into Singapore, because obviously on landing, I couldn't imagine trying to land at Ho Chi Minh today. If I'd done this route in reverse, if I'd had to land at Ho Chi Minh, it would have been a disaster. Like, if I had to land there, I would have had to divert airports because of the thunderstorms. So I'm so glad I chose to depart, because when you're departing, it's a bit easier. And obviously you can't divert either, but when you're departing, you can just go full power and just try and rock it out of it. But when you're landing, you have to try and slow down, you have to get out of the weather. But obviously the weather tends to be lower down, so you're not going to climb to land. If you had to climb to land, you'd never land. So yeah, I'm surprised they're still letting people fly in there that aren't they're landing there. It's surprised they're even open. Oh, look at that. It's very cloudy here. We're above most of the clouds now. It's nuts, really. I mean, it's, nuts weather down there, look. And then as soon as we're up here at 30,000 feet, lovely weather. No problem at all with proper turbulence. We'll get rocked around every now and then, but apart from that, it's pretty nice. Now, we've got 2 lots of Singapore Centre online. We've got 3 approaches online in Singapore Changi, on top of delivery, ground, tower, everything. It's all fully online, which is amazing. We'll just quickly look at the ATIS for Singapore. Information Echo, expect ILS approach, departing runway 20 centre, arriving 20 right and 20 centre. So we might get given a 20 right ILS, we might get given a 20 centre, I don't know. Now, also, we are actually descending to flight level 350 after Ilalo, I believe. No, after Esbum, we're descending to 350. There, after 350, we're descending, so just before Ilalo. So we'll have to watch that. I think that airway is an odd airway, and obviously normally you would just try and climb, but this thing doesn't like going any higher than that. I mean, this thing's max is flight level 380. It can't go. It's kind of surprising, really. The Boeings can go up a lot higher than these planes, the Airbuses. Well, the A320 anyway.
I sent you the PDC earlier. Did you get it?
Hey farm, I have the right information data. I just want to confirm if I need to confirm the hyperclear spy voice as well, or only the information by test is enough.
Singapore 183, the PDC is enough, and you can advise me when you are ready for pushback start.
We've actually got another plane on our radar here. We can go ahead and set TCAS set to normal level now.
Singapore 183,
it's up there.
pushback starts approved facing north.
It's heading. I believe it is heading for Singapore, but it's 2,000. It's at about 38,000 feet compared to me at 36. So it's well above me, about 2,000, 3,000 above me. So there's no problem. We've just got 3,000 feet left to climb. As you can see, the weather has massively calmed down now, so I've just got to hope it's not like that down in Singapore. That's all I'm going to have to hope. It's 520 miles left round to Singapore. We're due into Singapore actually about 35 minutes early. Unfortunately, that will drop up. That will, you know, go a bit larger. I believe 10:30 is the time at gate though. So by the time we park at our gate, we'll probably only be about 20 minutes early.
Ho Chi Minh Center, Vietnam 543 request QNX and win information at destination.
Vietnam 543, standby break. Singapore 163, contact Singapore Control 133.80.
Contact Singapore Control 133.8 Singapore 6310.
Vietnam 543, Dusty QNH 1002, wind 220 degrees 16 knots, gusting 29 knots. Wind shear report at the end, runway 25 left.
Yeah, the weather's horrible. That's the Singapore. Oh boy.
Copy QNX 1002 and 22016 knot with caution of wind shear Vietnam 543.
Yeah, not the best, honestly, that weather. bit, you know, oh well. Right, we're up to 360 now. That plane is 2,000 feet above us. There it is. It is a special livery. Oh, it's a Cathay Pacific 777. There you go, going from Hong Kong to Singapore. Cathay 735. So we'll have to watch that. It's 2,000 feet above us. I will just look at their altitude plans. They plan to descend
Vietnam 543 at pilot's discretion, descending direct to hotel arrival, Dover transition. iOS X-ray 25 left approach, Ho Chi Minh QNH 1002.
Oh
maintain,
boy, that person's landing in Ho Chi Minh. Rip.
Lap to hotel for iOS X-ray 25 left and 1,000 feet when ready, Vietnam 543.
Needs to watch that weather, that plane. Oh dear. So yeah, we are going to be joining on the same airway at roughly the same time. It's doing 500 knots though, and I'm doing 470 knots. So it's going a lot quicker than me. So there's not really any issue. Yeah, it's doing 500 knots. 777's a pretty quick aircraft. And then we've also got Singapore 863 on the same route at 40,000 as well. Yeah, it's at 40,000 though, so that's why it's not appearing on my TCAS. But yeah, the skies are pretty crowded here into Singapore. It's not a surprise given the event. What was it, 95 planes due into Singapore? A lot of which are coming from this northern direction of Vietnam, China, Cambodia, Tokyo, like Japan, all of that. We'll probably be using the similar sort of airways, so it's going to be very busy, I think. Right, making a right turn here at CN. That's so odd that there's just a waypoint called CN. They're normally either 3 letters or 5 letters, not 2. It's really strange. Well, there you go.
Singapore 183, runway 25 left, taxi November Sierra Echo 6.
And holding point on Echo 6.
Right, with 360 miles to descent, we're heading up to ESPOB. Remember at ESPOB? No, not at ESPOB, but at ESBUM. I've got to descend. That's another 143 miles after though, so that's fine. Got a nice little tailwind. Look at that. Singapore is right ahead of us. We are about 20 knots slower than it though, so it's going to go screaming by us, obviously. Same thing with the other Singapore. It's really cool this. You can just see all these planes. Normally though, when we do events like this, I'm in the 787 overtaking everyone. In this case, we're in the A320 being overtaken by everyone, because this isn't a particularly quick plane, sadly. But no mind. Right, that weather look, I don't know, it might go away by the time we get there. I don't see any clouds, because normally clouds do mean bad weather.
Control, red contact, welcome aboard.
Yeah, it's a pretty nuts event this. I'm so glad we're doing it. It will actually get a bit dark, I think, by the time we get to Singapore. Weather down in Singapore 210 at 6 knots. It is raining. We've got clouds broken at 16,000
Ho Chi Minh
feet
Center,
though.
Vietnam
So it's
543,
okay.
now leaving 24, flight for 240.
Right, let's go ahead and set our
descending at
barrow then
1000.
for arrival. I will just check the barrow for 20 right as well,
543, roger.
because we may be given an ILS 20 right. Now the frequency will be changed by the game, but I will need to change the minimums. Minimums is 213, and minimums for 20 center is 215. So I will set 215.
Singapore 863, turn left heading 150, vectors for sequencing.
Say again, Singapore 863.
Singapore 863, turn left heading 150 for sequencing.
Left 150, Singapore 863.
Okay, the Singapore ahead of us has actually just been told to turn left. So it will, basically, I'm guessing, because it's going to have to descend, obviously, to 360. And I'm going to be doing that. And then you've got that plane back there as well.
558, turn left heading 150 for sequencing.
Turn left heading 150 for sequencing, Jetstar 558. 150, okay. So we've been...
Controller Singapore 877 is back.
Singapore 877, welcome back.
Because this is so busy, that's why. So the Singapore's meant
Ho
to be
Chi Minh
turning left as well, but it's
The Vietnam
not.
543 request left heading 180 immediately due to the ahead.
Vietnam 543, roger, turn left heading 180.
Why isn't the Singapore
Copy,
turning
turning
left
to
as well?
heading 180 Vietnam 543, thank you.
For some reason,
307, contact Singapore control 133.80.
for some reason the Singapore isn't turning as well, but
Bye bye.
I don't know, I was told to turn. Maybe it was the other one that was told to turn, the one behind me. Yeah, it must have been the one behind me, because that one's turning as well. So I wasn't totally sure which one was... Yeah, it wasn't Cathay, it was Singapore that was told to turn. And Singapore's the one behind me, so... Yeah, both of us who are behind the others have been told to turn. I don't know where we're going to end up now. We are going a bit off course. But who knows, I guess, really. That will be the decision of the controller by the time this all works out. I'm guessing we're going to be vectored slightly to the left of this plane for obviously separation. It's 2,000 feet above us, but it's going to be descending later on at Esbob, I think. It's descending to 360 there. So that will be an issue for separation for me because it's so close to me. So I need to be probably about 5 to 10 miles away from it. 10 if you're safe. So at the moment we're 8 miles off course, so we'll probably be told in a little bit maybe to turn back right heading. Probably. I don't know, who knows. We'll wait and see.
Singapore 183 and holding point 185 left.
Singapore 183, wind 240 degrees, 9 knots. Runway 25 left, clear for takeoff.
Was the wind got better in Ho Chi Minh now? Because it didn't say anything about bad weather there.
All stations, ATIS information, shower is current at Ho Chi Minh, QNH 1003.
Okay, so they've got some new weather, maybe it's a little bit
Jetstar
nicer.
558, clear direct S-pop.
Clear direct ESPOB for Jetstar Asia 558. Right, we've been cleared direct to ESPOB, which is where we're going already actually, so I don't need to do anything. We're about 15 miles off course now, so we have lost possibly a few minutes of our flight there, but never mind, that's just because of sequencing really. So we're now proceeding direct to ESPOB, which is our previous waypoint, just at a different angle.
Ho Chi Minh Center, Vietnam 543, clear weather, and now is it able to direct Tango Sierra 432?
Vietnam 543, are you able to direct VCAP?
Copy, direct VCAP, Vietnam 543.
So we have been given a little bit of a detour. I'm not sure how many minutes that will add on.
287 is back.
But who knows?
King 287, roger, welcome back.
Sooner or later we are actually going to be handed off to Singapore control as well. So So our plane probably will try and rejoin our path. I'm not sure what it's going to do exactly, but it's the plane's choice. Look, the plane behind us, the Singapore 863, it's still going on its vector. It's a bit, basically what's happened is you've got two planes very close together heading down from Hong Kong, and they were only just within safe distance, and then I come along from my SID and just join the party in the middle of the two of them, so it's caused a little bit of problems. Just joined in the middle of the two of them, like, I'm gonna get in the way. I don't know, that's just how it is. In real life the skies are this busy, and that's what happens because this is Singapore real ops, so obviously Singapore is going to be
Singapore
busy
863,
as it is in real
turn right,
life.
direct S-pop.
Roger, S-pop, Singapore 863.
You can see the 863 has now been given direct SPOB as well. It's just to make sure we're all within a decent arrival length from each other. We may actually be putting a holding point.
543 at VGAP, does it maintain, actually disregard.
We may actually be put into a holding pattern or something. I'll just do a quick look on the arrival chart. If we are going to have a hold, it would be at Keelot or Alalo. One of the two. I'd rather hold at Alalo because of the speed restriction on it, but we may be told to hold. I don't know. We'll have to see about that. But that'll be interesting if we are told to hold. It's getting very busy in Singapore, very congested with all the planes departing and arriving. Luckily there's plenty of ATC to take control of it all. I mean, there's 4 approach controllers, so it doesn't really matter how busy it is because you've got so many people managing it, and there's 4 ground controllers as well. Oh my word.
Hello,
It's
Captain.
absolutely
Would you like
nuts.
some
Singapore
coffee?
183, set squawk mode Charlie.
Squawk is on board Charlie, I try to update that.
So we're heading to SPOB now, look. Fairly good. So
Ho
we're
Chi Minh Center,
closing
Vietnam
in now
543
on our
request
correct course. It's probably cost us about
right
10
heading
miles.
to S0 due to
So
CP.
not too bad. We haven't wasted too much time.
Vietnam 503, turn right heading 280, does it maintain 9,000.
Copy heading to S0 and descend 9,000 Vietnam 543.
Ho Chi Minh Approach just came online. Oh. Oh well, I'm so glad we're doing this event actually. It's really good fun. The game might lag like crazy
Singapore
in
183,
Singapore,
can you
but
recycle squawk 5671, 5671.
5671 183.
right, I think sooner or later we are actually going to be handed off to Singapore Centre. I think that will probably happen at ESPOB, thinking about it. We'll have to
Vietnam
wait and see.
543, contact terminal 125.5, see you.
1255 Vietnam 543, see you. Thank you, service.
So we'll probably hand it off to 1338, and then from there we'll probably be handed off to 1237, and then it'll be a number of approaches. Is there like a... I'll check now. Is there a little radio dial we can get to pop up? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like there is anything we can get to pop up, sadly. Which means I'll have to change the radios down here. Because it's very nice when you can just bring it up like we do on the 787. You can just bring it up by
Singapore
here.
183,
yeah.
contact National Terminal 125.5, talk to you in a bit.
125.5, Singapore 183. Thank you. Understand.
Right, we're 3.5 miles off course now, so we're slowly but surely joining our course, and as you can see the sequencing's worked because it's 20 miles ahead of us. So roughly it was about, let's say, 5 to 7 miles ahead of us, now it's 20, so we probably lost about 13 miles-ish, give or take, given the fact that it is quicker than us, so it makes sense. We haven't added too many miles to our journey, so it's not too much of a problem. It's only cost us maybe a minute and a half or something. We're a bit early anyway, so we'll just ignore that. So not too bad. It's going to be very busy in Singapore, though. Very, very busy. Looking at the weather down in Singapore, still raining. We're going to get some new weather in about 10 minutes, I should think. And as I said, around ESPOB, I reckon we'll get handed off to Singapore Centre. Then from there, it will start to kick off a little bit more with more ACC. Obviously, we're going to have 4 lots of Singapore approach. There are 2 towers.
3855 contact Singapore
about
control.
4 grounds. It's nuts.
On 133.8. See it.
It's absolutely insane. So Singapore approach. Cool, my voice is working all good, just checking. There we go, we're back on course now, look, so the plane is turning in the direction of
Asian
ESPOB.
3855 for Jimmy Control.
Yeah, Asiana 3855 is not responding. Rep. What's going on there? So it's 2,000 feet above us, look, you can see there. At 20, obviously it will descend later, but it's going a lot quicker than us. It's doing 501 ground speed. We're doing 477 ground speed. 476 right now, actually, so we're going a lot slower. So it's okay. Doesn't really matter. Doing pretty quick for this plane. 480 knots ground speed. It's not bad, really. But yeah, it probably won't be too long. Yeah, because that cafe is right approaching the border of the ATC on Vatsim, so it will be handed off. We might actually get a little bit of Kuala Lumpur Centre as well. I don't know. Kuala Lumpur, because we do actually head over Malaysia, I think, on our arrival. No, we don't actually. The arrival moves, look, so we stay within Vietnam. No, so stay within Singapore.
Singapore 133.8, Cathay 735, see you over there.
So yeah, the cafe just got handed off there, look, so it'll be literally, I should think, about 2 to 3 minutes before we get handed off ourselves. Now. My flight seems actually 1 minute ahead of real life time, so, oh well. Never mind. The earliest we're allowed into Singapore is 10 o'clock GMT or Zulu, so same thing obviously. They are the same time zone. But by the looks of it, we'll just scrape that, because obviously even though we only took off a few minutes early, it's a bit weird. Oh well. We only pushed back like 8 minutes early, so really we should be within, I don't know, it's obviously because that 10:30 I think is arriving at gate maybe. I'm not sure. Right, I'm now 17 miles from ESPOB, so we'll be handed off pretty soon. Despite sequencing, that Singapore 863 is actually catching up with us again, because it's an A350. Actually, no, it's only doing 480 knots. We're doing about the same speed. That surprises me quite a lot. I think it's because of the heading, though. Maybe it's getting slightly less wind than me. Right, I'm now in range of some of the people. So I'm in range of Singapore approach, so I'll start to get in range of all of the Singapore centres in the area. It's pretty nuts. We're heading to ESPOB here in 10 miles, so I should think, yeah, get handed off in a little bit. And the Singapore 863 along with it as well. Remember, we've got to descend, apparently, to 350 at ESPOB. However, I believe, from looking at the flight plan of the Cathay 735...
Jetstar 558, report Mach number.
We're at Mach .783, Jetstar 558.
Jetstar 558, roger. You can contact Singapore Control 133.8, see you.
Over Singapore 133.8, thanks for ATC today for Jetstar 558. Right.
Singapore 863.
Hello Singapore Control, Jetstar 558 with you, flight level 360.
Jetstar Asia 558, good evening. Singapore radar, maintain level 360.
Maintain flight level 360, Jetstar Asia 558. Okay, weirdly, the Vietnam controller was just using Jetstar as my call sign. Singapore are now using Jetstar Asia. What do I do? It's confusing. Right, I don't know who we're going to be handed off to next. I have a guess, 1237. I don't know for certain. I don't know what the boundaries are because there's 2 Singapore controls. So it might be Singapore control, it might be Malaysia control, it might be approach. I don't know. It will depend, I guess. I'll have to wait and see on that. But there we go. Maybe we'll abandon the plans to descend to 350. Although I think it's actually it's a requirement, so we won't. But never mind. It's very busy down in Singapore, crazy busy. Right now in Singapore there are, right, so look, 15 planes departing and 2 on the ground landing. There are a number of planes on their approach in. I mean a number, like lots. It's pretty insane. Well, there we go, I guess.
Dynasty 757, contact Singapore approach 124.05, good day.
Okay, it appears it's over to Singapore approach. 124.
5, Dynasty 757. Thanks for the coverage, cheers.
1247 I heard then. Even though there isn't a 1247.
Scooter 307, arrival clearance.
Go ahead, Scooter 307.
Scooter 307, cleared Singapore Changi, Ilalo, 1 Bravo, arrival. Expect ILS 20 right.
20 right, okay. That is for the Spirit Wings.
1 Bravo, arrival.
No, not Spirit Wings, Scoot. That's for the Scoot ahead of us. But I'm going to expect 20 right. If they've given that 120 right, I will probably get it as well. It doesn't really change anything. They've got the same minimums pretty much and everything. The only minimums that are slightly
Singapore
different.
radar, good afternoon. Singapore 863, flight level 400, overhead SBOB.
Singapore 863, good evening. Singapore radar, maintain level 400.
Maintain level 400, Singapore 863.
Right, also, I'm going to do a quick
Scooter
check
307, proceed direct PBAP.
on our here. So, there you go, 225 miles till descent. 354 until arrival, so we're descending 130 miles out. That is very satisfactory. It's very good. Okay, 130 miles out, perfect, perfecto. Anything else is, yeah, I mean, flashbacks to when we're flying 220 miles early, out of Ibiza, so 130 miles, I'm happy with that, so it means our plane has planned a decent descent. Unlike what it did yesterday. Not yesterday, sorry, Thursday, so 2 days ago now. But yeah, it's planned a better descent for us today. And yeah, it should be good. It should be pretty fun. I can't wait now for getting into Singapore. It's going to be absolutely mad, I think. I suspect. It's going to be pretty insane. But there we go. We might go down to 350 at Esbom. I don't actually know because, the cafe ahead of us was meant to go down to 360 at ESPOB and just hasn't. So, maybe, obviously, it might be a case of you just don't need to. I'll have to wait and see, really. If ATC want us to descend onto an odd level, I will, but otherwise I'll probably just stay at 360, honestly. Easier.
Singapore radar, Singapore 631.
Singapore 631, pass message. Singapore 631, Singapore radar, pass a message.
Singapore 631, are we able to get our arrival clearance?
Singapore 631, stand by. I'll give you arrival clearance after Map Lee.
Roger.
So they basically just talking about where they're getting arrival clearances. So we'll get an arrival clearance at some point. I suspect it will be after Esbom, probably, because our star starts at Alalo. So it will probably matter then. So I should think that's when we're going to get our arrival clearance. We've got about 330-ish miles now to run. So not too bad, really, if you think about it. Not too bad at all. And there's this lovely Jetstar livery. It's a pretty nice livery, actually. This is Jetstar Asia. There is obviously Jetstar in Australia as well, pretty big. I think they're all subsidiaries of Qantas, I believe. I don't know, they might be. I heard that somewhere. I'm pretty sure they are. I don't know, who knows. I will just grab a quick look at Singapore Airport. So the arrival runway we're expecting is going to be 20 right. Now there is 20 right and 20 centre, but 20 left is a military airport on its own. It's called Changi East. They're not linked, but they have the same runway. So we'll be landing at 20 right, apparently. That is 13,000 feet, so I think auto brakes low should be okay. I would rather 20 right because we're parking at gate Charlie 17, which is on that side of the apron. If I show you guys the chart, Charlie 17, I had a look at it last night. Charlie 17 is by Quebec 1. It's somewhere in here. That's where Charlie 17 is, which is our gate. So we'll probably come in, maybe vacate Whiskey 6. And then taxi all the way down. That's, Whiskey 6 is the first one. Is Whiskey Papa a vacate point? I don't think so. Or maybe we can do a bit of a... But these are long vacates. So given the fact that we probably can't vacate until Whiskey 6, I will probably use auto brakes low to sort that out. But yeah, that's our arrival. In terms of Alalo, 1 Bravo, I will just check quickly. So we need to be 210 below and 250 knots at PIPAP. 220 knots and below 6,000 at, no, yes, above 6,000 at Paspu. And then nylon, we need to be above 3,000 at 190 knots, and we're going to expect radar vectors for ILS approach either of the 2 zeros. That's what we're being given there, so it's probably going to be radar vectors. Okay, perfect. I love having Navigraph, honestly. Navigraph's charts is really changed how I do the sim in. It's absolutely amazing, I'll tell you that now. I thought it was not worth the money, but it is.
Singapore 631 arrival clearance.
Singapore 631, we're ready.
Singapore 631 cleared Singapore Changi, Mabal 2 Bravo arrival, expect ILS 20 right.
Cleared Mabal 2 Bravo arrival, ILS 20 right, Singapore 631.
I will just check, do I have to put in my approach details again? Because this has changed the runway. No, I don't. One thing I do need to do though, QNH is 1007 now, and it is 200 at 6 knots the wind, so pretty calm, 26 degrees. Clouds broken at 16,000. It is raining down there. It's only light rain, no thunderstorms, unlike back in Ho Chi Minh. That was horrid. Not the nicest of weather. The cafe ahead of us is actually gaining quite a bit. The A350 behind us is actually, we're managing a ground speed of 477, it's doing 480. So we're doing pretty much identical speed. It's the cafe ahead of us that's really pushing the speed. So there we go. And yeah, I don't know, we'll await what we get, I guess. It's pretty nuts. Whoa! Someone is doing Singapore real ops with Singapore Flight 21 from Newark. And I'm pretty sure that is the world's longest flight, isn't it? I believe. Whoa, that's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. It's been online on the network. For only 1 minute it's been online on the network. It probably just spawned in now. But yeah, it's a long flight. It's probably just done, maybe, obviously, like some people do disconnect while they're asleep or at work or whatever. No one stays at the computer for 20 hours. Which is roughly the flight length. That's insane. Look at this plane though, it's a really nice plane, gotta say. The A320, it's a lovely livery, I do like the livery. I don't often fly other airlines like this. I don't often fly in this part of the world, really. So it's quite nice that I am today, I think. Makes a little bit of a change on the channel. A little bit of fun. Very good. Wow, it's so busy. There's 3 approaches online and departures, so 4 approaches online. There's 6 planes that have landed at Singapore, 15 on the ground departing. There is a massive load of planes all waiting to arrive. It's about 7 or 8 planes, so it's almost certain we're probably going to get put in a holding pattern today. I'd imagine we are anyway.
Cathay 735 arrival clearance.
Okay, yeah, that plane is getting its arrival
Cathay
clearance.
735, cleared Singapore Changi, Ilalo 1 Bravo arrival, expect ILS 20 right.
Clear to Ilalo 1 Bravo arrival, expect ILS 20 right. Cathay 735.
So we're going to, that's Singapore ahead of us, we're probably going to get a very similar reading.
All stations, Singapore Changi information, Foxtrot now current, wind 200 degrees, 6 knots, QNH 1007.
Okay, that's for information Foxtrot. I need to write that down. Info. Info Foxtrot. There will be a new one, I think, by the time we actually get to Singapore. The winds are perfect for a runway 20. You couldn't have asked for better. You know, the winds are literally 200. And it's only 6 knots as well, so pretty calm. Show about the light rain. It'd be nice if it wasn't raining, but who knows? Maybe it will calm down by the time we get there. I don't know. I'm going to expect arrival clearance pretty soon, considering that the cafe ahead of us just got it, and they're only about 20 miles ahead of us. Yeah, my ETA is now slipping back to more like 10 o'clock. It will slip back even more later. We've currently got 285 miles left to run, so still a little bit to go, but not too bad. What on earth? They're saying to send via the SID, rip. Jetstar. Oops. That was text. So the plane that's flying away from Newark is actually using text, which is pretty unbelievable. You wouldn't have thought it would use text, considering it's been flying away from Newark. Well, who knows? That's great, that is. Sent via the SID. But two words that don't go together, descend and SID. Generally, you should be climbing on a SID and descending on a star, but there you go. Everyone makes mistakes, even air traffic control. Luckily, it's a funny mistake and not a bad one.
Singapore radar Scooter 307 ready for descent.
Scooter 307, descent flight level 150 via the star.
What is their course like? It sounds like
level 150 via star Scooter 307.
It sounds like Speedbird, but it isn't. It's Scoot. TGW. What is that call sign? I want to look it up now.
Radar, good evening, Singapore 877, flight level 380.
Right,
Singapore 877, good evening, maintain level 380.
Scooter, that's their call sign. That's an interesting call sign, Scooter. It sounds really similar to Speedbird to my ears. I don't know why. Scooter. Speedbird. I guess they could sound similar when said quickly. I don't know. I quite like that call sign, Scooter, because obviously their airline name is Scoot. So it's quite funny. Works well. Right, I'm going to expect arrival clearance pretty soon here, because, you know, this is where the cafe got its clearance, I believe. I'm out of range of the ATIS as well. So request controller info. It says, what's the transition level? I just want to know, because it does say on the chart. Okay, it says, yeah, expect ILS 20 right, but it says, it does say, it doesn't say what the transition level is, so I'm guessing it's
Singapore radar,
good on the charts, which is 130 on the charts.
Just Azure 515, good evening, Singapore radar, climb flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280, just Azure 515.
Jetstar Asia 558, arrival clearance.
Go ahead, Jetstar Asia 558.
Jetstar Asia 558, cleared Singapore Changi, Ilalo 1 Bravo arrival, expect ILS 20 right.
Cleared Ilalo 1 Bravo arrival, expect ILS runway 20 right for Jetstar Asia 558. Perfect.
Singapore
That's exactly what I was expecting. I'll just go ahead and set that up inside Navigraph.
Asiana 3855, evening Singapore radar identified, maintain level 400.
So there you go, we've been cleared on the exact path as I wanted to be on. So we're all fine. I'll just continue at 360 unless otherwise notified by ATC. We've got 250 miles to run, about 130-ish till our descent. And we'll just play it like that, I guess. We've been cleared exactly the route I want, so no route changes needed. I will just check. There you go, 20 right, good. I have already got 20 right plugged in. 20 right is good for us rather than 20 centre because it is a shorter taxi for my plane to Charlie 17. I love it that they've assigned stands for us though. That's just like, yeah, making it even more realistic. Like, it's already pretty realistic. You don't have to assign stands, but you know, if you are, why not?
Singapore 631 request descent.
Singapore 631, descent flight level 150 via D-Star.
Descent via start of flight level 150, Singapore 631.
Yeah, it's great fun. I love doing events like this. I wish people would do more real ops events because they get very busy, but you can pretty much fly where you like. That's what I like. I mean, if I wanted to,
Singapore 976, good
you know,
evening, climb
you could
flight
literally
level
fly somewhere else.
280.
What's amazing, imagine you had full ATC all day. This is probably one of the first
Singapore
flights ever
631,
that's got
turn
full
right, heading
ATC.
270 for sequencing.
Turn right 270 for sequencing, Singapore 631.
Scooter 307, report indicator airspeed.
Indicator airspeed is 290 knots, Scooter 307.
Scooter 307, roger.
Oh, indicated airspeed. What's our indicated then? How do you tell that? Just looks like 265. Because I'm pretty sure that is indicated airspeed there, but you can't tell an exact number on that, can you? Because you've got ground speed, true airspeed, and then I'm guessing that's indicated airspeed, but it doesn't say what it is.
Scooter
like
307, maintain 290 knots until further notice.
Yeah, that is that one.
290 until further notice, Scooter 307.
That's when you're descending though, you know the exact number, don't you? Because I think that's the Scoot that we saw on the ground in Ho Chi Minh, Scoot 307. So, that's probably what it is. I've got 9 miles left to run until Esbum, 8 miles now. We'll do a little left turn. We are meant to descend to 350, but based on what ATC is doing with other people, I'm guessing we just want to stay at 360 really. There's no need to bother ATC with descending. I'm happy where we are right now because of restrictions, not restrictions, but separation. We've got various planes everywhere. Obviously, if ATC do request me to go down to an odd altitude, I will be happy to comply with that. But all the other planes in the area have just stayed at an even flight level, so I'm guessing it's okay. We start our star at Alalo. It's a very long star actually. The full star I wouldn't really say starts until Pibat.
Singapore 631, report indicator airspeed.
That's what I'd say it starts.
Our indicated airspeed is 280.
Singapore 631, roger, maintain 280 knots.
Maintain 280.
Singapore 863, arrival clearance.
Go for Singapore 863.
Singapore 863, cleared to Singapore Changi, Ilalo 1 Bravo arrival, expect ILS 20 right.
Yeah, they're using 20 right for everyone.
Ilalo
clearly.
1 Bravo arrival, runway 20 right, Singapore 863.
Singapore radar, good afternoon, United 1 heavy, flight level 400.
Oh, United, where are they? Where are they coming from?
Station calling confirm United 1.
Affirm, United 1.
United 1, this is Singapore radar, state present position.
Standby 1. United 1, we are 3 miles from Terix.
United 1, roger, contact the other Singapore radar 123.7, good day.
123.7, United 1, good day.
Yeah, so they're on the other Singapore radar. Where are they? I can't even see them on here. Is this just like an absolute mess honestly, around the area of Singapore on Vatsim. It's an absolute mess. There's just planes littered everywhere. I will be
735,
turn right,
proceed direct P-BAP.
There you go, from Alalo, I think we will get direct
right,
P-BAP.
direct to P-BAP. Pilot, Cathay 735.
Cathay 735, negative, direct P-BAP.
Direct P-BAP, Cathay 735, thank you.
So yeah, we'll probably, after Alalo, we'll probably get given direct to P-BAP, where we need to be at 250 knots, underneath flight level 210. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of a shortcut from that.
Cathay 735, we have
who knows, really, but...
Cathay 735,
nice.
descend level... Correction, descend via the star, level 150.
Descend via star, level 150, Cathay 735.
Singapore 631, turn left, direct P-BAP.
Turn left, direct P-BAP, Singapore 631.
It's very nice out here. The weather's not too bad, actually. It's not looking too cloudy. I suspect after we punch in direct to P-BAP on the thing here, it will tell us to descend because we'll be cutting out a little bit of our flight, and you know what the Airbus is like with
Singapore 21, if you can hear me, contact Singapore approach 124.05.
124.05, that's probably who we're going to expect next then. 124.05, that's who we're probably going to get next. But yeah, whoa! The whole lot of Singapore, like, of
Jetstar Asia
ATC
515, contact Lumpur radar 132.8.
That's 515. That's confusing. Jetstar Asia 515 as opposed to 558. Because I hear Jetstar Asia 5 and I think, what? Me? Even though, because not normally, we normally find them that different. But
Singapore 976, contact
yeah.
Lumpur radar 132.8.
1328, g'day, Singapore 976.
It appears they are handing off everyone actually to different approaches. I don't know, that guy said 1328. Oh, that's not Singapore. 1328, that's Kuala Lumpur. Or maybe he did say that. Who knows? Who knows, honestly. We're approaching Alalo where I will expect a direct to P-BAP. I don't actually know though yet.
Jetstar Asia 558, turn right, proceed direct P-BAP.
Turn right, direct P-BAP for Jetstar Asia 558. Right, direct to P-BAP for us. There we go. That's going to cut us a little bit. I don't know when the plane's going to want to descend now. It'll have to make up its mind. It's still thinking not for another 57 miles yet, even though that plane, look, ahead has already started descending. It's doing a very slow descent, to be fair. It's not even level with us yet, and it's like, you know, there. Yeah, this plane, in order to be at 210 and 250 knots below 210, I'll make sure the plane knows that. It seems to be happy to descend in 50 miles from now. And that makes kind of sense, doesn't it? I'm okay with that. It's just recalculating it, really, isn't it? I don't know, if we get told to descend by ATC a bit earlier, I will, but for now, it seems okay. We've still got 110 miles to go to P-BAP, and then we've got to descend like 15,000 feet, to be fair, so 15,000 feet, 60 miles. I mean, let's do what, 15 times 3, and that'll give us the minimum. We have to drop 15,000. That gives us what, like 45. So the minimum should be 45 with the speed restriction taken into account, and a little bit. It should be a little bit more, so more like 50. So this is saying 58 miles.
Scooter 307, contact Singapore approach 124.05. Good day.
So I don't know why the Singapore's descending so early. It is a 777, to be fair, so it probably just descends slower than this thing, being a 777. I mean, this thing, if it wants to, it can have a proper rocket descent. It's just that it didn't do that on Thursday because of bugs. That's all I can say. Slight issues. Let's say that. So we've passed all the holding points. We might end up holding at Nylon if we are going to get a hold, but hopefully we can just proceed direct all the way. Have to wait and see. We're 100 miles from P-BAP yet, so it's still a little bit of a way to go for us. It did save us about 3 or 4 minutes, that did. That direct. Because it has cut out a little bit of our SID, which is quite nice. Now I've done it. No, it's a
Asiana
star.
3855 arrival clearance.
Not a SID, it's a star. Oh dear.
355, ready to copy, good.
Asiana 3855 cleared Singapore Changi, Mabal 2 Bravo arrival, expect ILS 20 right.
Inspect ILS approach runway 20 right, Mabal to Bravo arrival, Asiana 3855, clear to Singapore.
Yeah, it's very busy. There's no terrain we have to look out for. It's all looking good, which is nice. Just in terms of like instructions on the SID, there aren't any really. So as long as we're below 210 and 250 knots at PBAP, we're okay. So we should be fine.
Singapore 183, good evening. Singapore radar. You question, maintain level 360.
Level 360, 183.
It's definitely livery there, so I will say it again. I'll probably say it later as well. I mean, and then the orange as well, it's like on the bottom. It's pretty nice, pretty sweet. But yeah, it's a pretty decent flight this. I'm so glad we've been able to do it, really. It's great fun.
Singapore Control, Dynasty 751 is flight level 400, overhead Mably.
Dynasty 751, good evening. Singapore radar, maintain level 400.
Maintain 400, Singapore correction, Dynasty 751.
There's a lot of planes around, a lot of different call signs as well, obviously, because it's all real life airliners.
Singapore 863, turn right, proceed direct PBAP.
Yeah, it's good fun. And then get the Singapore behind us has now been given direct as well. Right, we're going to be descending pretty soon now, look at that, 30 miles. Yeah,
Singapore 863 ready for descent.
See, look, everyone else is in
descend
descent right
initially
away.
to level 370.
Descend 370, Singapore 863.
Jetstar Asia 558, report distance to top of descent.
We are 24 nautical miles till top of descent for Jetstar Asia 558.
Jetstar Asia 558, roger, when ready descend level 150 via the star, maintain 280 knots or higher.
Descend flight level 150 via the star and maintain 280 knots or higher for Jetstar Asia 558. Right, so down to 15,000 when ready, and we need to...
Singapore 863, continue descent to
not
level
go past,
200.
Not go below 280 knots.
Level 200,
once we
Singapore
start descending,
863.
and we're going to go via the star as well. I think it's just thinking that I'm being nuts, like having my top of the descent so low, so far out. It's because I'm an A320 and the other planes around me are heavies, so they do just naturally take, and also they're at higher altitude. So the Cathay was at 38.
Singapore 863, reduce speed
Singapore
270 knots for the descent.
40,000, so pretty nuts.
Reduce speed to 270 knots for the descent, Singapore 863.
So yeah, it's going to try and slow down the Singapore so that it doesn't get in the way of me. You can see my TCAS right now will probably start to get very clogged up right now. We're just 14 miles from descent though, so not too far left to run. And then we'll be descending. I know I'm descending very late. Makes me wonder, but that's... I mean, I can trust the plane with this one, unlike last time. I do actually trust it because...
Singapore 863 was currently doing 250 knots. Do you want it to increase to 270 knots?
Singapore 863, roger, in that case maintain 250, thank you.
Roger, 250 knots, Singapore 863.
So we're going to start on descent. We've got to be at 210 at PBAP. I'm going to have to watch the weather radar, maybe... Oh, it's on both screens. You can't just make it appear on one screen, no? Oh, wow. That's a shame.
Singapore 631, contact Singapore approach 124.05, good day.
Contact Singapore approach 124.05, good day, Singapore 631.
So probably going to be handed off to Singapore behind us, luck is starting to descend. I'm going to go ahead and set below on the TCAS, ready, so I can see what's in our area below us. It is quite packed. We've got pretty nice weather though about the place. It's not too bad. The weather currently in Singapore is still from 10 o'clock, so half hour ago, 10 o'clock local, 9 o'clock Zulu. 200 at 6 knots, QNH 1007, that's okay.
Dynasty 757 Singapore radar.
Right, 3 miles till descent.
Singapore radar, apologies. We had to crash 2 desktops. We just had to go to our last save point.
Delta 757, no worries. Descend now to level 200. Standby for further instructions.
So can you repeat the flight level?
Level 200.
200, Dynasty 757.
I got activate it now.
Delta 757, just to confirm, have I given you your arrival clearance?
Now we can't actually do 280 knots just yet. I think he means a bit later on.
2 Bravo for 20 right, if that's still current.
Delta 757, roger, that is correct.
Well, I'll set 280 at PBAP so this thing knows to speed up once we start our further descent, because he did say don't drop below 280 knots once we're able, basically. He didn't say once we're able.
Jetstar Asia 558, turn left heading 140 for sequencing.
Turn left heading 140 for sequencing, Jetstar Asia 558. Okay, we're being told to jump out here for sequencing.
Singapore 863, turn left heading 140 for sequencing.
Left heading 140.
We'll maintain a nice steady 1800 feet per minute right now. And in terms of the speed restriction at PBAP, I'll bring it back to 250 again. And will be managed by ATC because it's just a lot easier at this point. It's very busy into Singapore, obviously, so we are going to have to watch what's going on. Most wonder why bother making people go direct to PBAP if then we have to be sort of vectored out of the way anyway. But then I'll just keep a nice steady 1800 feet per minute, and we'll see what happens from there, I guess. Because that's generally when an ATC gives you instruction, generally sticking to 1800 feet per minute, unless otherwise told or have a restriction with. If you have no clue, generally 1800 feet per minute is a pretty
Asiana
safe
3855, turn left heading 180.
I think we're being vectored direct to Keylot, you know.
Left heading 180.
So that shortcut we took was pointless. It's actually added time on now, but never mind. We'll just ignore that. Never mind. Probably push back
Asiana
to...
3855, request descent.
Asiana 3855, descend level 330.
Descend native flight level 330, Asiana 3855.
Dynasty 757, continue descent to level 160.
Yeah, just doing a nice simple descent to 1600 feet per minute, and we'll see what happens from there, I guess. Just this nice slow descent should keep us going.
Dynasty 757, report indicator SP.
Unless we get any other interference. Right, we'll go ahead and set.
Indicated is 254. Dynasty 757.
We'll go ahead and set 290 knots.
Roger.
285 knots, got it.
Singapore radar, good evening. Scooter 616.
Ouch!
Maintaining flight level 150.
Too loud.
0111 on the squawk.
That person's loud.
Scooter 616, good evening. Singapore radar, climb flight level 280.
Oh no. That person is so loud.
Climb flight level 280, Scooter 616.
Ouch. Please be quiet. Please turn your mic down. This happened last time.
Asiana 3855, reduce speed 250 knots for the descent.
Too loud. I'm waiting on further instructions here at this...
Jetstar Asia 558, reduce speed 250 knots.
Reduce speed 250 knots for Jetstar Asia 558.
And Jetstar Asia 558, turn right, continue to PBAP.
Turn right, continue to PBAP for Jetstar Asia 558. Yeah, believe it or not, he's actually just vectored me back to PBAP anyway, so... Never mind, I guess. We'll go direct PBAP from
Asiana
here then.
3855, Singapore radar.
For now, this plane hopefully...
Asiana 3855, reduce speed 250 knots.
Speed 250, Asiana 3855.
And Asiana 3855, descend to level 160.
The descent bug should start to pick up with us now. Now we're going
Singapore
direct.
863, turn right to... Correction, turn right direct PBAP and maintain 250 knots.
Right, direct to PBAC and maintain 250 knots, Singapore 863.
So I'm now slowing to 250 knots as well. We're just waiting on the bug, the little descent bug to catch back up with us. Is there any way to tell how far off I am? I don't think there is somehow, you know. But this thing will just continue a very slow
Asiana
descent.
3855, turn right heading 300.
Right heading 300, Asiana 3855.
Cathay 735, contact Singapore approach 124.05, good day.
124.05.
Yeah, it's very busy in this airspace. I'm still waiting on that purple bug. Come on, start dropping. We need to descend here. There you go, it's starting to drop now, so we'll catch back up with our descent now. And this will probably bring us to below 210 at PBAP. We've already got 250 knots plugged in, as directed by ATC. There you go, there's the little purple dot. We're going to start following that down now on a bit of a better descent path. Got a plane ahead at 6,000 feet below, a plane behind at the same altitude, so we'll keep a watch of that. Seems okay. Can't really see planes based on their contrails now, unfortunately. This can go down to 40 nautical mile range as well, so I can actually see a little bit better about what's going on with the weather and all of that. So that's kind of nice. There we go. And we'll just start descending our way down now. Yeah, and we need to be 2150 via the star. We should be below 210 at PBAP. I'm not sure how this thing will manage that. It might not. Hopefully it will.
Singapore 877 arrival clearance.
We'll see. It's very busy. We'll probably handle off to approach at PBAP, I'm hoping.
Singapore 877 cleared Singapore Changi via the Mabal 2 Bravo arrival. Expect ILS 20 right.
More 2 Bravo and ILS 20 right, Singapore 877.
Okay, we're starting a pretty decent 1,800 feet per minute. Like I said, that's generally a pretty average descent rate. Here obviously normally I think the descent rate would have been a bit higher, but because we're doing 250 knots, that has dropped it a little bit. Even though I said direct PBAP, that does not look like direct to me. If we follow that straight on, it ends up there, not at PBAP. So I'll just check. This thing is on
Dynasty
nav,
757,
yeah.
descent level 150.
150, Dynasty 757.
I'll go direct to PBAP now. I'll write it in because it appears.
Jetstar 558 confirm direct to PBAP.
Yes, we're going direct to PBAP for Jetstar Asia 558. Yeah, just
Jetstar 558, reduce speed 230 knots.
Reduce speed 230 knots for Jetstar Asia 558.
Blocked. Station calling after Jetstar 558, say again.
Right, down to 230 knots. We've been cleared now. Obviously, because the speed restrictions on the let's bring in the speed brakes to help maintain this descent now. Obviously, the speed restrictions on the Star are just guides. ATC have authority over everything, really. The descent we are doing via that though, because they said descend via Star. Like 2,000 feet now, with feet per minute. Come on, catch up with that purple dot, little plane. We'll probably get on. I don't know, there's no bad weather in the area, so there's no need to immediately turn on the seatbelt signs. After PBAP, we'll probably turn them on as we go over to approach, I should imagine. I've already got it plugged in. I'm guessing we're going to go over to 124.050. It's a bit difficult when you've got 3 different approaches online to pre-tune it, because how do you know which one you're going to get first? You know, I mean, it's their decision, obviously, who gets what. Right, we have caught up now with our little purple dot. We've only got another 3,000 feet to descend, and then we are compliant with the start. We've been cleared down to 150.
Dynasty 757, contact Singapore approach 124.05.
So we're cleared for the next few thousand feet yet.
Over to approach 124.05. Thanks, you. Again, cheers.
Well, there we go. This is moaning about our speed brake now, saying we don't need it. There we go. I can go back. Perfect. We're now descending through 230. Got another 8,000 left now to go. After PBAP, you know what? Let's just turn on the seatbelt signs now. Everyone sit down. It might be. I don't think the weather's actually that rough, but just making sure, really.
Asian 3855, turn left heading 270.
270, Asian 3855.
Singapore 183, arrival clearance.
183, go ahead.
Singapore 183, cleared Singapore Changi, Ilalo 1 Bravo arrival, expect ILS 20 right.
They go passing 22,000 now. We've
Bravo,
mostly complied with it. It's slightly too high, but that's just how the Airbus does it. Transition altitude here, remember, flight level 130. Current QNH is 1008 now.
Cargo King 287, good evening Singapore radar, maintain level 380.
Maintain level 380, Cargo King 287.
Cargo King, that's like, it's not one of those like braggy call signs like Speedbird. Like calling yourself Cargo King. Like, I'm king of cargo, like, in the same way that Speedbirds are the fastest planes around, apparently. Like,
Asiana 3855.
do you know what I mean? It's like, it is a bit of a
turn
braggy
left,
call
direct
sign.
keep up, continue on the star.
There you go, our descent rate will probably slow down now, however we actually are 70 miles out,
Left
so
turn direct to
we'll probably
P-Buff,
continue.
then continue on the star, Asiana 3855.
All stations, information Golf now current, wind 190 degrees 8
Yeah,
knots, QNH 1008.
So, information Golf is what we're going to use for landing, I suspect. Information Golf
Scooter
is what
616, contact Lumpur radar 132.8, good day.
Lumpur radar 132.8, thank you for the service, Scooter 616.
Bye. Bye.
Just Niger 558, contact Singapore approach 124.05, good day.
Contact Singapore approach 124.05. Thanks for ATC today for Jetstar Asia 558. Right, over to Singapore approach. Hello Singapore approach, Jetstar Asia 558 with you, passing flight level 190 for flight level 150 and maintaining a speed of 230 knots.
Just Asia 558 approach, good evening, descend 11,000 feet, QNH 1007, speed 250 knots.
Speed up to 250 knots, descend 11,000 feet, QNH 1008 for Jetstar Asia 558. Right,
Just
down.
Asia 558, QNH 1007.
1007 for Jetstar Asia 558. That's not true. The QNH is not that, I'll tell you that now. Oh well, I guess the ATC is wrong in this case, but yeah, the active QNH is 1008, not 7, but okay, that's what the controller's using. That's that, I guess. Transition altitude, remember, is 13,000, flight level 130, so that's when we'll be
135, track direct, B-pop.
changing over.
Track direct B-pop, Qantas 35.
135, contact arrival 119.3, good day.
1193, that's the next frequency, I think.
119.3, Qantas 35.
That's the next frequency, I believe, 1193 then. I mean, it might be tower after that, or it might be another lot of approach, I don't really know. We are following a plane that we are actually closing in on.
NSC 757, continue descend to 8,000 feet.
Because we've been told to go up to 250 knots.
757.
There you go, just using a bit of speed brakes there, trying to maintain this descent and speed. Yeah, passing 16,000 feet now. So we'll go over to QNH in 3,000. I don't know, we're meant to be using 1008, but the controller's using 1007, so that's what we'll be using, I guess. Probably hasn't got the message about the new
735 approach.
ATIS, but there we go.
At 735, go ahead.
Disregard.
So we're passing 15,000, we've got another 4,000
SA 735
yet
approach.
to descend.
At 735, go ahead.
SA 735, contact arrival 119.3, good day.
119.3, good day, 735, good
It's not too cloudy, the weather's not too bad. We have got a bit of yellow weather apparently, although it looks okay. There's a little bit of turbulence. Apparently it's meant to be, is it raining still? Apparently it is still raining down in Singapore, but we're below the clouds and there's no rain. Oh, I saw thunderstorm. I see thunderstorm, that's not good.
757, report indicated airspeed.
240 knots for Dynasty 7.
It's saying we don't need to slow down, but when we're off course.
Just
So we do
Asia
need
558, reduce speed to 230 knots now.
230 knots for Jetstar Asia 558. So I went from 230 up to 250, then back down to 230.
NSC 757, maintain speed 240 knots.
Maintaining 240, Dynasty 757.
Right, this can go down to 20 nautical mile range now, otherwise I won't be able to see anything. In terms of, because the weather is blocking everything out a little bit. But there we go. Hopefully we can descend below the weather. Apparently the clouds were broken at 16,000, was it? Overcast now. And clouds, there's a few at 1,400 feet upon approach, but not too bad. Then, not too bad at all. And we are a little bit early. We're at 10 minutes early probably, but not too bad. What's the altitude of Singapore Airport then? 22 feet. Yes, we've still got a long way to go. Oh, there you go. There's 13,000. QNH 1007 set. That puts us a lot lower. About 300 feet lower probably. We'll let it catch up with us then. Let the plane catch up with us. Little descent bug, and then we can continue. There we go. And after pass
Singapore
Poo,
approach
we'll see what
Jetstar
we get.
Asia 246 descending through flight level 170 with you.
Jetstar Asia 246 descend 9,000 feet QNH 1007.
We're only like 40 miles out. This makes me
Descend
wonder.
9,000 feet Jetstar Asia 246.
I don't think we're too high though. The plane ahead of us
757 descend 7,000
is
feet.
pretty much bang on with us.
7,000, Darcy 757.
Jetstar Asia 558 continue descent to 7,000 feet.
Continue descent to 7,000 feet for Jetstar Asia 558. Right,
Nancy
Dan.
757 contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
That was the plane ahead
Nancy
of us.
757 contact arrival 119.3.
That's the plane ahead of us, 757.
Over to arrival 119.3.
It's 737 with a call sign, something 757.
Jetstar Asia 558 reduce speed to 190 knots.
Reduce speed to 190 knots for Jetstar Asia 558. Oh, very slow. 190, that's pretty slow, I'll be honest. Van lights can come on at
Jetstar Asia
10,000.
246 hold Levox as published.
Right, flats
Hold
1
Levox,
can come in.
Jetstar Asia 246.
We'll use flats 1 to help
Jetstar Asia
maintain
246 hold Levox
that.
at 9,000 as published.
We are a bit off course
Hold
here.
Levox at 9,000 Jetstar Asia 246.
Singapore approach, Singapore 863 at flight level 150.
Standby break Jetstar Asia 558 contact arrival 119.3. Good day.
Contact arrival 119.3 for Jetstar Asia 558.
Singapore 863
Singapore arrival, hello, Jetstar Asia 558, with you passing 10,000 feet for 7,000 feet, and we're currently holding a speed of 190 knots.
Jetstar Asia 558 Singapore. Arrival descend to 3,000 feet on present heading.
Descends to 3,000 feet, present heading for Jetstar Asia 558. Right, we've been told present heading down to 3,000 now. This thing is...
Darcy 757, we copy
really push to
20
descend
right. We will report established, maintaining current head.
and all brakes low can be set as well. Yeah, we're going to really make
35 for spacing, turn right heading 020.
an effort to start turning here.
For spacing, turn right heading 020, Qantas 35.
There you go, catching back up with
And
our
Qantas
path now.
35 for lesser delay, are you able to accept runway 20 center?
Qantas 35, I guess we can, yeah, 02 center will be fine.
Qantas 35 recleared iOS 20 center, turn right heading 0, turn left heading 290
There's multiple towers
over
online as well, so I have no idea who we're going to be contacting.
Just confirm that runway was 20 center.
from 20 center, descend to 2,500 and turn left heading 290.
Okay, we're now successfully on the...
Roger, we're cleared 20 center and turn left heading
On
290,
this,
then 2,500, Qantas 35.
It's going down to 10 nautical mile range now. We're descending, I don't know, it's still the same as weather, but I'd say we're alright. There's no clouds ahead of us or anything. It's only green, so it's not too bad, but just interested, really. Right, yeah, we're down...
Jetstar 558 on present heading, cleared ILS approach runway 20 right, report established.
On present heading, report established on ILS 20 right for Jetstar Asia 558. Right, over to present heading then. On heading mode, we want to be...
Singapore approach, Darcy 757 established on 20 right.
On the approach.
757 contact Singapore Tower 118.6.
First approach is at
Over to
Agula.
Tower 1186, Darcy 757, thank you.
Idvas. Okay, Idvas is our first waypoint. on the ILS. It's straight ahead of us, yeah? So we're waiting to be established on the ILS, so your localizers can be turned on. We're still waiting to be established at the moment on present heading. I don't know.
35, turn left heading 230, cleared ILS approach 20 center, report established.
Turn left heading 230 and clear for approach runway 20 center, Qantas 35.
There's a moderator in chat. There we go. Right, so yeah, we've been told present heading will report established on the localizer. Oh, there you go, we've actually got the localizer already. Perfect, we need to just descend. Let's give it a bit more. Oh, here's the rain that we were promised. Here's the rain. We're established on the ILS for Jetstar Asia 558.
Jetstar Asia 558, continue approach.
Continue approach, Jetstar Asia 558. Now, I have no idea what tower we're going to be handed off to. We're on the glide slope now, I think. Is this thing just following a glide slope now? It is, good. So we can set go-around altitude, which will be... Oh, there's no go-around. Does it say anywhere on the charts what the missed approach alt is? Doesn't actually say anything about a missed approach on here, so we'll just leave that. 5,000, there you go, it's on the chart. Missed approach, hold at 5,000.
On present heading to 4,000 for Singapore 401.
Well, so we're following the glide slope, so this thing can just go right past 5,000, and we won't have an issue. We're currently, how far out? It's still 17 miles now, so we've still got a little bit of time. Yes, moderator. Nice. Anyway, we'll be slowing to... let's slow ourselves down a little bit to 185 knots. It's quite busy. We've got a Qantas alongside the 757 call sign aircraft. I don't know what the call sign is. Literally doing a simultaneous approach on 20 center.
Singapore arrival, good day. Singapore 863
at
7,000 feet.
So I'll be okay.
Singapore 863, Singapore arrival, good evening. Maintain present heading, descend to 5,000 feet.
Maintain present heading, descend 5,000 feet, Singapore 863.
Yeah, we're nicely on the glide slope and the localizer now.
Qantas 300, just confirm the tower frequency 118.6.
118.6,
118.25 for you.
Roger, Singapore, Qantas
so
35.
we'll be getting 186, 118.25.
Qantas 35, are you established?
For the other one.
Not yet, Qantas 35.
We're established quite early, I think. Our plane's done a pretty good job of it. Right, we'll slow it down to 185.
401, turn left heading 320.
I'm going to give it flaps too, help slow ourselves down.
For Singapore
there we go.
401.
Singapore 401, 320.
Oh, 320.
It's quite cloudy out here, but there's no rain. I can't... Oh, there is rain, never mind. Obviously it doesn't show on the windscreen, so it's quite hard to see, but there we go. And we're all good for landing. We'll go over to the tower. It'll probably be 1186 then, which is west.
Jetstar 558, contact Singapore Tower 118.6.
Oh, Singapore Tower 118.6 for Jetstar Asia 558. Right, 118.6 Singapore Tower. Hello, Singapore Tower. Jetstar Asia 558 with you on ILS approach runway 20 right.
This is that. Jetstar Asia 558, good evening, and you're number 3 for the approach ILS 20 right. Happy 735, welcome to Singapore. Once vacated, you can vacate on Whiskey 6 or Whiskey 7, then make a right turn on Whiskey Papa, heading south.
Give it control of the speed now. We're number 3 for approach.
Get Whiskey 6 and right turn Whiskey Papa.
I can't actually get a word, it's very busy.
Yeah, this 75, contact ground 14.3, bye-bye.
Man, this controller is loud. This controller is too loud.
That is 757, winds 190 degrees, 8 knots, runway 20 right.
Seriously, calm down, guy. It's too loud.
We're
9 miles out, so I won't bother with anything yet. Just slowing down for now. I'll go flaps full now. I'll wait for the gear to drop. There we go, we're all good and ready for landing. It's very laggy, unfortunately. That's because of the 20 plus planes currently on the ground in Singapore. That's why we've got that issue. Too bad, I guess. That's how it is. PC upgrade needed to handle larger traffic, really. Very well. Right, so we're at 2,500 at IDVAS, 1,500 at Aduru, roughly. I'm not sure about being cleared for landing just yet. We've got I'm not sure what the call sign is, but it ends in 757 on approach, 2,000 feet. It's about 5 miles ahead of us though, so we should be okay. We've got a simultaneous approach with a Qantas 35787. It's heavy, so we'll have to watch that. But it's just under 5 miles from us, so we should be okay. Can't see the runway yet. Oh, there we go. I can just see the lights. Wind's not too bad. It's quite strong. It's a bit stronger than it said on the ATIS on the report, but it's a pretty nice direction. After Aduru, I'll probably drop the gear. I'll expect landing clearance at some point after there. As you can see, here's the massive Singapore Changi Airport. That's the military base over there. It does come part of the scenery. It can act as a 2-0 left for Singapore. There's the Qantas landing. Thanks for that. Great. Yeah, you can head out, you. Thank you for that. Anyway, we are now 5 miles out, roughly. There you go, drop the gear now, 5 miles out. And ready. Obviously, the autothrottle can be handled by the plane. I'll take control of the autopilot.
Singapore target, evening at Singapore 401, establish ILS 20 right.
Singapore 401, you're number 3 on approach, ILS 20 right.
Number 3, Singapore 401.
Dynasty 757, welcome to Singapore. Kate, are you taking Whiskey 7 or Whiskey 6, sir?
Yeah, it's very busy here in Singapore, obviously.
We're taking the next left. Sorry, can't see what it is yet. It looks like Whiskey 7 there.
Hi, Dynasty 757, try to expedite on Whiskey 7, the traffic right behind you.
Okay, I've got a plane actually just landing. Oh yeah, yeah, the landing's the best bit.
Thank you very much, Dynasty 757. You can vacate on Whiskey 7 and then make next left on Whiskey Papa, ground 124.3. Bye-bye.
Right, we haven't been given landing clearance yet, but the plane ahead of us did just vacate, so I've got to wait for landing clearance.
Dynasty 757.
Oh dear.
Dynasty 757, we've actually veered, we're clear of the runway on the right, but we've veered off.
400. Dynasty 757, stand by.
Are we going to get clearance to land, or...?
Dynasty 757, just confirm you're on the tarmac.
Negative. I think something's gone wrong with our brakes. We might disconnect and go to our gate then.
Okay, Jetstar Asia 55, sorry, ma'am, go around, climb 3,000 feet, runway heading.
Go around, climb runway heading 3,000 for Jetstar Asia 558. Oh, there we go, that's flown some in, that's got some interesting stuff into the mix. Right, runway heading is 203. We want to climb on runway heading. Oh, great, thank you. Someone didn't go around. Right, flaps up. Gear up, toga. Nice, thank you. Thank you to the person who didn't go around.
Jetstar Asia 558, continue on the instructions and then contact the Singapore departures on frequency. Sorry, stand by.
Excuse me, repeat the frequency for Jetstar Asia 558.
Departures on 120.3.
120.3 for Jetstar Asia 558.
Singapore.
Hello, Singapore approach. This is Jetstar Asia 558. We are missed approach at Singapore, climbing on runway heading to 3,000.
Traffic.
Jetstar Asia 558, Singapore departure, maintain current heading, climb 3,000 feet.
Climb 3,000 feet, maintain present heading for Jetstar Asia 558.
Climb now.
Singapore departure, good evening. On Nippon 8526 with you, climbing 3,500.
On Nippon 8526, Singapore departure, identified. Turn
Great.
left heading 070, climb 6,000 feet.
Descend.
Left 070 and climb 6,000 feet on
Getting a bit of a
Nippon
traffic alert
8526.
here. Thank you to the person who didn't vacate the runway in time. We were told to go around. That's interesting. Maintaining present heading here. We'll bring that to 225 knots. What's the missed approach procedure then? Because it didn't say it anywhere. I'll see if there is a missed approach chart anywhere. Have we got a missed approach chart? There is not a missed approach chart anywhere. Okay. For now, we'll just maintain runway heading then, and we'll see what we get given, I guess. Thank you to the person who didn't go around in time. Nice and funny. But just climbing at 3,000 runway heading, and we'll probably get vectors.
Jetstar Asia 558, continue climb flight, correction, 4,000 feet.
Continue climb 4,000 feet for Jetstar Asia 558.
On Nippon 8526, continue left turn, proceed direct Victor Tango Kilo, rejoin seat.
Was that for me?
On Nippon 8526, turn, continue left turn, proceed direct Victor Tango Kilo.
Continue left turn, direct to...
That wasn't for me.
Sorry, yeah.
On Nippon 8526, continue left turn, proceed
someone
direct
else.
Victor Tango Kilo, continue climb flight level 150.
Flight level 150 and continue to Victor Tango Kilo for on Nippon 8526.
Right, and then we'll probably get told to go left here, up here, at Samco. I think that's where we're making the left turn. Who knows? Okay, yeah, this is the missed approach. Head to Samco, and then we'll make the left turn probably from there. Oh, I can't believe that. Honestly, can't believe that. We'll make a right turn ever so slightly to get ourselves in line with Samco. Yeah, thank you to the person who they had a problem with brakes apparently and couldn't vacate the runway in time, so we were told to go around. Very interesting, but there we go. That's probably the first go around I've ever done. There we go. It's gonna happen at some point. I knew you know, it was busy. We're gonna have some kind of trouble like that, but there we go. Never mind. We've got enough fuel. We've got plenty in the tank, so we should be all right. Just need to wait for any further instructions. Once we head to Samco, we'll probably get a left or right turn to proceed back to the ILS. We'll delete the discons in the route now as well. So after Samco, it recommends a right turn back to the ILS. But there we go. Excellent. That's, you know, just typical, isn't it? But there we go. That happened. So that, you know, that happened. Anyway, yeah. So proceeding direct to Samco right now. Pretty good. I'll probably whack it up to about 230 knots.
Jetstar Asia 558, turn left now, 080.
Turn left heading 080 for Jetstar Asia 558. So we're being told to do a left turn back to the ILS. Okay. And then we'll obviously be vectored around to try and make another approach. Because we've reached Samco now, so I'll tell the plane that we're going direct to IDVAS. Obviously it's not going to follow that, at least it shouldn't. There we go, it's following heading, but still. There we go, and hopefully we won't have to go around a second time later on, but who knows at this point, it's Vatsim. Who knows what we're going to have. Honestly, welcome to Vatsim, guys, there we go. Someone not vacating in time, never mind. It's all part of the fun, a little go around. All part of the fun.
Jetstar Asia 558, contact Singapore, arrival 119.3.
Singapore arrival 119.3 for Jetstar Asia 558. Thanks for your help. Right. Hello, Singapore arrival. Jetstar Asia 558 with you at 4,000 feet, currently on a heading of 080 after a missed approach.
Jetstar Asia 558 Singapore arrival, maintain present heading and maintain 4,000 feet.
Present heading, maintain 4,000 feet for Jetstar Asia 558. So yeah, we're over to arrival now.
Singapore arrival today is Malaysian 607 with you 8,000 for 7,000.
Someone else really loud now. We'll tune back tower 1186 on standby because that's what we'll do later.
Malaysian 607 Singapore arrival, maintain present heading, descend to 7,000 feet.
Present heading down to 7,000 for Malaysian 607.
Malaysian 607 continue on the star and descend to 7,000 feet.
Down to 7,000 via the star for Malaysia 607.
Recap 717, turn left heading 260.
Yeah, adding some time to the flight. The flight was originally going to be about an hour and 37 by the time we were done there, looking at the clock, but it's gone way past that, and we were initially planning an hour and 32, so oh well. We've got plenty of fuel on board though. We've got 3.3 kilos, 3,300 kilos, so absolutely fine for another missed approach. I forget.
Singapore 877.
Another one might be a little bit more worrying, who knows.
This is 7,000 feet.
Singapore 877 Singapore arrival, maintain present heading, descend to 3,000 feet.
President descend 3,000 feet, Singapore 877.
So you can see we're being vectored
Recap
direct there,
717, descend to 2,500 feet.
but we're a bit far off at the moment.
Down to 2,500, like the 7.
Not the best of
Recap
weather.
717, turn left heading
here either.
230, cleared ILS approach 20 center, report established.
Roger, left heading 230, clear ILS approach, runway 20 center, report established, 77.
Jetstar 284, descend to 5,000 feet.
That's not me.
Descend 5,000 feet, Jetstar 28.
So yeah, we're just waiting on anything further from ATC now.
Jetstar 558, turn left heading 020.
Left heading 020 for Jetstar Asia 558. Right, down to 020 now, so this is on a
Singapore
airport
877 on present heading,
on the other side of the airport, and then
right,
we'll be given
Present heading
clearance on the ILS once we've done the full missed approach. Yeah, it's been an interesting flight, isn't it? Didn't expect that, but there we go. Always something new to do. Right, so yeah, we're basically on runway heading now with 020 in the other direction. We'll continue that all the way round to Idvas, where we'll make probably a left turn onto Idvas. And then from there, it'll be an ILS approach either for 20 right or 20
Recap 720,
center.
overhead B pop, turn left heading 290.
Say again for 720?
Recap 720, when you are overhead B pop, turn left
Yeah, it's
heading
making the flight a bit
290.
longer, isn't it? Making the stream longer.
Overhead B pop. Turn left to heading. Say again?
Turn left to heading 290 when you're overhead B pop.
Overhead B pop, turn left heading 290, 720.
We're up here at 4,000 at the moment, just
Recap 720, descend to
chilling.
2,500 feet.
I guess.
2,500, 720.
Pretty unbelievable that.
Recap 717, are you established?
But we're still 18 miles yet
maybe
until Idvas. We'll be on this heading for a little bit yet. Very cloudy out there, can't really see an awful lot. There we
Singapore
go.
877 established 20 right.
Singapore 877, contact Singapore Tower 118.6, good day.
118.6, Singapore 877, thank you, bye-bye.
Crazy this, absolutely crazy. But there we go. Got 16 miles left to run until Idvas. We'll probably make a left turn shortly before then. Will have to depend. Yeah, but there we go. That's honestly unbelievable that. Luckily we didn't have to hold on the missed approach. We were just given, straight after Samco, which is okay then. It's good for us. But yeah, still a little bit crazy, I guess. But oh well. So at the moment, yeah, just runway heading in the opposite direction.
717 established localizer.
And we'll wait and see what we can
Recap
get.
717, contact Singapore Tower 118.25.
118.25, Recap 717. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hopefully it'll be second time lucky into Singapore. Weirdly, the approaches into Singapore have actually levelled off quite a bit. There's not so many planes approaching now. It's got a little bit quieter. So hopefully, the fact that it is a little bit quieter
Emerging 607, recap
will be
ILS
good for
20
us.
center, descend to 4,000 feet.
Runway 20 center and down 4,000 from minus 607.
And Jetstar 284, descend to 3,000 feet.
Down to 3,000 feet, just 284.
And Jetstar 284, turn right heading 340.
Right heading 340, just 284.
Jetstar 284, correction, turn right heading 360.
Just waiting now for
confirm
further
360.
going left.
Confirm 360.
It'll be a little bit yet, still a few
360,
miles.
just 284.
Recap 720, reduce speed 180 knots.
We're at about 15 to 20 minutes onto our flight. This is missed approach.
720.
But there we go.
Singapore approach, good evening. Wagon Air 266 with you, descending from 9,000 feet for 7,000.
Stand by. Recap 720, turn left heading 230, cleared ILS approach 20 center, report established.
230, clear ILS 20 center, report established 720.
And Jetstar 284, descend to 2,500 feet, turn left heading 290.
We are in the middle of some weather up
2,000
here,
feet
so I have to
left
watch
heading
that.
290.
It's not looking too bad though, so I think we're okay.
Wagonair 266 Singapore, arrival, good evening, descend to 4,000 feet.
Right, we are now
Descend to
alongside the
4,000
ILS,
feet,
so I'm expecting a
Wagonair
left turn
266.
up here now soon. I haven't been given it just yet, but I'm expecting one soon. Hopefully we'll get it fairly soon, because we are actually starting to head away from the ILS now. He might actually try and get us to go to Igula rather than Idvas, which is the one that's further back from the glide slope. I don't know yet.
Jetstar 558, turn left heading 320.
Turn left heading 320, Jetstar Asia 558. Right, there you go, there's our left turn.
Malaysian 607, turn left heading 320.
That's our left turn. We'll reduce speed now to 220 knots. Help us slow down for the ILS a bit later on, provided we actually manage to land this time. Hopefully we do. We have got another bit of
Jetstar
traffic
284, turn left heading 230, clear ILS approach 20 right, report established.
Left heading 230, clear ILS runway 020 right. We're gonna yes, I said it.
I can see myself.
Are you established?
I can see myself on the chart now.
720 established localizer,
so
20 center.
Cap 720, contact Singapore Tower 118.25. Good day.
118.25, thank you.
I want it to be going direct Idvas, really. Oh, there we go. That's where we want to be going, Idvas. From here. So that's the first fix on the approach. We'll probably make a straight turn here and another left turn.
Malaysian 607, turn right heading 350.
Is what I'll expect.
Right 350 from Malaysian 607.
But there we go, this is testing my skills, honestly. Did not expect this today.
Wagonair 266, turn left heading 355.
There we go.
Left heading 355, Wagonair 266.
Jetstar 558, turn left heading 290, descend to 2,500 feet.
Turn left heading 290, descends 2,500 feet for Jetstar Asia 558. Right, we're now being cleared down to altitude that they use on the ILS. We're going to do an open descent down to 210 knots now I want, and we'll use flaps 1, just help us again to get prepared for a landing. Make sure we're not going too quickly, you know. We don't want to be going too fast on arrival. And we'll probably be cleared the ILS approach fairly soon after this.
Jetstar Asia 284, establish ILS runway 20 right.
Jetstar Asia 284, continue approach, contact Singapore Tower 118.6, good day.
118.6, Jetstar Asia 284, good job controlling, sir. Bye-bye.
Right.
Yeah, we're going back down to 2,500 feet now, which is the initial approach altitude for Singapore. And we'll try to distance from there, I guess, but who knows today. Right, down to 200 knots now. I want to just make sure, again, we are fully slowed down and ready. We were at 190 knots last
Singapore,
time.
Malaysian 607, we're maintaining speed 220, indicated.
Just want to make sure we are ready for approach, basically. Don't want to get there and then
last station calling, say again, call
too
sign.
quick.
Malaysian 607, sir, we indicate, we are maintaining speed 220, indicated.
Okay, Malaysian 607, descend to 2,500 feet.
Down 2,500 for Malaysian 607.
Jetstar 558, left heading 230, cleared ILS approach 20 right.
2,500.
Left heading 230, cleared ILS approach runway 20 right for Jetstar Asia 558.
Hello, approach Sri Lankan 308, good afternoon, direct Bravo 10.
Right, approach can be armed, we're on the localizer. Just
Sri
wait.
Lankan 308, Singapore arrival, maintain 7,000 feet.
Maintain 7,000 feet, Sri Lankan 308.
So Air 329, are you on this?
There we go, making a left turn now round. We're on the localizer, just waiting for the glide slope now. We'll tell them we're established once we pass Idvas, probably. Oh, there we go. Right, now gearing up for approach number 2. How will it go this time? Oh dear. Right, please say that Jetstar in front of me, 7.5 miles ahead. Luckily, it's rather than 5 miles ahead, it's 7.5. So it's a bit more safe.
Malaysian 607, turn left
as long as it doesn't have
as
long as it doesn't have a brakes failure like the other plane, we should be alright.
Left 230, clear on the line from 20 center, and we'll report when established for Malaysia 07.
Wagonair 266, descend to 3,000 feet.
Descend to 3,000 feet, Wagonair 266.
We're established on the approach for Jetstar Asia 558.
Jetstar 558, contact Singapore Tower 118.6 today.
118.6. Thanks for ATC today for Jetstar Asia 558. Oh, right, over to Tower, 118.6. Right, it's got a lot more cloudy in the time I was missing. Right, down to 185 knots now. Hello, Singapore Tower, Jetstar Asia 558, with you inbound ILS runway 20 right approach.
Jetstar Asia 558, apologies for the go around, and continue approach runway 20 right.
Continue approach runway 20 right, and no problem about the go around for Jetstar Asia 558. Alright, okay, let's actually get this thing down the ground today. Right, down to 170 knots. We'll go flaps 3. We're on the glide slope as well. So perfect, we'll let the plane control its own speed from here. No, we won't, because it wants to do 200 and something knots. Right, down to 165 knots. Flaps can go full from here. No, flaps 3, can't go any more than that yet. Need to slow down a little bit more. Go down to 160 knots now until final approach. Hopefully the plane will behave itself, and hopefully we won't have any go-around to be dealing with. Right, flaps full now. Perfect. Oh, that means we are all ready to go. Just check the chart. I've got the airport chart up. Perfect. Right, approach number 2. Final approach
Asia 284, welcome to Singapore. You can make the next left on Whiskey 7, then the next left on Whiskey Papa.
Asia's just landed. That means
next left
I should be okay.
And then Whiskey Papa, Jetstar Asia 28.
Although this plane speed thing is being a bit weird.
Jetstar Asia 284, contact Singapore ground 124.3.
Right, drop the gear now. Start slowing ourselves down.
124.3. Jetstar Asia 284. Bye bye, sir. Good job controlling.
There you go. Final approach speed now.
Jetstar Asia 558 winds 210.
Runway 20 right, clear to land. Your mic went really loud then for Jetstar Asia 558.
Apologies, I think my mic is too close to the mouth.
Oh, ouch. Why has our plane suddenly decided to start following something different? Right. Right. Plane, what are you doing? What's the plane doing? It's just suddenly started speeding up randomly. Right, slow. Plane, what are you doing? I don't know what happened to the plane then. It just suddenly decided that it wanted to go nuts. Right, I'm going to try and slow this thing down in time for arrival now. Yeah, it didn't want to descend, and it just proceeded to go nuts. So that's nice and fun, isn't it? But there we go. I'll get ourselves level and then start to slow ourselves down then with the speed brakes. Oh my word. Right, there we go.
500.
There you go. The plane's going to start slowing itself down properly now.
400.
We're a little too quickly, so I'll pitch it up
300.
to help. There we go. We're slowing down now. And we can arm the spoilers for landing. There we go, guys. Finally.
200.
At last. Right, I'll take manual control of the throttles. Because what else are we going to do?
100.
Stop minding me about glide slope plane.
Glide slope. 70.
Right, we'll go idle on the throttle
60.
now. And let it
50.
just drop gently.
30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Well, how was that -438? I'm questioning that. That looked okay to me. Right, reverse is out.
Singapore Tower, good evening. Wagonair 266 with you, fully established. ILS 20 right.
Wagonair 266, continue approach runway 20 right.
Continue
right, we'll try and slow down to vacate on Whiskey 7 here.
Jetstar Asia 558, welcome to Singapore. Make the next left on Whiskey 7, then the next left on Whiskey Papa.
Left Whiskey 7, left Whiskey Papa for Jetstar Asia 558. Okay, well, there we go, guys. Second time lucky into Singapore. Stop the clock there. 1 hour and 56 minutes.
Jetstar Asia 558, contact ground 124.3, good day.
124.3, thanks for ATC today for Jetstar Asia 558. Right, 1243. Turn left.
266, winds 210
My
degrees, 5
word.
knots,
Right,
runway
turn
20
left.
right, clear to land.
He said left on Whiskey
20
Papa.
right, Wagonair 266.
We'll just hold short of here and contact ground. We're expecting taxi to gate Charlie 17 today. We'll just stop it here. Right, 124. He said 1243 it must be. That's the only ground frequency on that level. Hello Singapore ground, Jetstar Asia 558 requesting taxi to gate Charlie 17.
Jetstar Asia 558, Singapore ground, good evening. Taxi Whiskey Papa, hold short Quebec.
Taxi Whiskey Papa, hold short Quebec for Jetstar Asia 558. Right, there we go. After a bit of a bad landing, oh well, never mind. I know people are saying good landing in the comments. No. Minus 450. I don't know what happened there. I think the plane fell out of the sky. A bit of a messy approach because the plane decided to speed up on itself. But there we go. We're in the air. Not in the air, we're on the ground. Right, landing lights can come off. Lights can go into the taxi position, and we'll turn on the APU. There we go. Hello and welcome everybody to Singapore. Bit of a rough landing. Second time lucky though. Going to head all the way down Whiskey Papa now until we reach Quebec, and then we'll hold short there. We're expecting taxi into gate Charlie 17, so I'll activate GSX. There's a heavy gate actually, that's interesting. We'll use Donata for handling. Lag. Lag as GSX loads in. There we go. And we are on the ground. At last. Planned flight time was 1 hour and 32. It's ended up being 1 hour and 56. So
we have the charge
a little bit late, but there we go. We're actually on time. We're actually in Singapore on time because of our slightly early arrival. Our slightly early departure from Ho Chi Minh. Weather here a bit rainy, but it's not like Ho Chi Minh where the plane fell out of the sky. Honestly, world's most interesting stream this has been today. We've had plane almost falling out of the sky in Ho Chi Minh, and then we've had a missed approach in Singapore. It was second time lucky, moderator. Colour Factory. No, second time lucky on the approach, but there we go. Not bad. So heading down, looks like our scenery might be ever so slightly out of real world terms. It's not too far out, just ever so slightly. There we go, welcome to FSX default scenery, I guess. But it's really not too far. We've got a plane ahead here. We're gonna wait. Okay, I'm a bit confused as to where all the different taxiways are. I think it's only that one that was off.
Singapore 2 at stand Bravo 4 with information quarter ready for pushback.
Where's Quebec? Quebec doesn't exist on this chart.
Good evening. Correction push is approved. Face north.
We'll just wait until I'll follow the charts until it says Quebec.
Approved. Singapore 2. And we.
We've got a plane ahead here, going very slowly. What's going on? Is this plane moving or what? The model matching's not been matched up for this plane either, but it's moving extremely slowly.
And just a 558. Contact ground on 121.85, sir.
121.850 for Jetstar Asia 558. First of all, I've had to switch ground frequencies. Right, 121.850.
It's heavy, thanks.
Singapore 877 ground.
Singapore 877, go ahead.
Singapore 877, taxi right onto Papa 7. Your stand is Delta 41.
Right, Papa 7, Delta 41, Singapore 877, thank you.
Jetstar 558 with you, holding short Quebec.
Jetstar 558 ground, taxi Quebec, Quebec 1, stand Charlie 17.
Taxi Quebec, Quebec 1 to stand Charlie 17 for Jetstar Asia 558. Right, this
Jetstar
is
Asia 558. Be advised, the company Airbus 320 in front of you will be going the same way and docking into stand Charlie 18 in front of you.
Copy, yeah, we'll mind the company A320. Okay, so we've got a company jet
United 503 ground
ahead. We're heading down Quebec here. Well, this is the closest taxiway to Quebec. It's got a different name in this game.
United 503 taxi Echo
we'll be taxiing right here, and our stand should be somewhere around there, around the Qantas and the BA. Alright, there we go. So this should be Quebec 1 up here, yes? Okay, November. I don't know, there's some weirdness going on with the scenery. It's a little bit out of date, the taxiway signs. Again, I could have bought scenery for this place, but I'm not going to go doing that, so you know, we've got the best we've got. Luckily, I can follow the charts, which are a massive help. I don't know why GSX keeps saying. I think it's because I stopped.
Jetstar Asia 284 ground.
It keeps saying. Keeps telling me to cut my engines.
Jetstar Asia 284.
Stupid GSX.
Jetstar Asia 284. Confirm at stand Charlie 18.
Yes. I'm parked at Charlie 18 here.
Copy. Jetstar Asia 284.
And there you go. That's Charlie 18 there. Charlie 17 for us. Our scenery does look like it's a little bit out, but there we go. It's not too bad out. There's been worse. So yeah, we'll taxi in right here.
United 503. Contact tower 118.25.
There, into Charlie 17. Our scenery is slightly out. It's very busy here. It's nuts. I've never parked anywhere where it's this busy. As long as our wingtip stays clear, which it is, it's okay. Where's GSX Marshaller Man? Where is he? I don't see him anywhere. Did that person just disconnect? Oh, they just fired off their engines. Right, where is GSX Marshaller Man? I don't see him anywhere. Oh, you stupid GSX. Okay, this scenery is obviously slightly wrong, as that's not gate Charlie 17. This is gate Charlie 17. I will just check the charts to check. Yep, this is gate Charlie 17. So I have no idea why GSX is at the wrong gate, but we'll just ignore it. Whoa! Our plane just got absolutely thrown to the right then.
Singapore 948. Hold at holding point Echo 1 short of the runway. Contact tower 118.25.
GSX is a little bit confused as to what to do here, I think. Well,
Singapore 948,
we'll park
that's
here.
the United A320 holding in front of
yeah, GSX
the
doesn't know
runway.
what to do, I don't think.
Shall we contact tower, however?
Right, stop the engines. Yeah,
Singapore
GSX doesn't really seem to know what it's doing.
Once the United is clear, taxi for Echo 1 and contact tower now.
Yeah, GSX just respawned me,
Charlie,
which was a bit dumb. Thank you, GSX, for being stupid.
Tower 118.25.
Yeah, I don't know what GSX thought.
Great service.
Let me just check. What airport is GSX using? If I have a look, is it using the old BGL? Oh, I'll need to wait till the end. I'll check that later. Anyway, guys, that is us after a bit of a nuts sort of stream, bit of a nuts flight. We are eventually on the ground.
This is Jetstar Asia 284. We're at stand now. Good luck for the rest of the event.
Right, on goes external power, off goes APU. Jetstar Asia 558 is part of the gate now. We're going to disconnect. Thanks for ATC today. Ooh, there we go. We're here. We're here. Eventually. We got there in the end. I have no idea what GSX is doing. It's being a bit weird, but there we go. I wonder if it's reading the wrong GLR. Actually, the fact that I updated
Singapore ground, Singapore 530.
GSX, the fact that we disconnected the fact that we updated GSX, it might have removed the slight configuration change I put in place in the installer to allow it to use the bigger airport files. Maybe that's what's happened. I don't know. I'll have to check. But anyway, guys, that is it for us today. We're disconnected from Vatsim. We're on the ground. So go ahead and make sure the weather radar's off, actually. And the TCAS can come off as well. There we go. And make sure the lights are off and everything. And seatbelt signs can come off. That is us here. Right, all the packs and the gens can come off. The fuel pumps can come off as well. There we go. That is us here. After 2 attempts at an approach, we eventually got there, didn't we? We are here on the ground in Singapore. A bit of a long stream in the end. And some slight complications with GSX. But there we go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will leave you with the background music and the, well, actually just the background music and the end screen. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. The next stream now will be Wednesday, 7 PM BST. We're doing some VFR flying. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.